Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today, and this week sees the release of the musical drama biopic Respect, hitting store shelves along with the sci-fi mystery Reminiscence. A little 4K upgrade love with the 2011 DC animated Dark Knight origin Batman Year One, and a little more 4K upgrade love with the 1983 coming-of-age teen drama classic The Outsiders, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart, and holy shit. Wow, they actually have the new release love out this week, guys. Man, I was not expecting it this week. I'd say it was a Christmas miracle, but it ain't Christmas yet. Oh shit. Maybe a Thanksgiving miracle? Maybe? Maybe. Hey, shit, I'll take it, guys. Now what am I talking about? New release love here at Walmart on release week? Damn. What a pleasant surprise, man. Shit. Let's dive in with the Blu-ray digital of Reminiscence. For $19.99, the DVD digital for $17.96, and I actually kind of like the covers here. They are the same, but ever so slightly different with the color timing, which I kind of appreciate, man. It just kind of is cool to see different little unique differences between the different editions. It's just something that's cool for physical media lovers, and I really appreciate that type of shit, man. That is very cool, man. Very cool indeed. Ah, yes. I got a chance to watch this on HBO Max. Yes, it did do the same day release and date in theaters and on the streaming platform as well. And since I have HBO Max, well, yeah, I kind of took advantage of that shit, guys. Why the hell not? Now, basically, this takes place in the future where climate change has sort of ravaged the world, and floods have happened, and wars, and a lot of damage has been done to the world itself. And basically, everybody is now in such a huge, depressive, mundane state that they want to relive better memories from the past. So they created this machine in order to do it, and to sort of recreate those memories and relive those moments, even for a brief time. And Hugh Jackman is one of those people that actually operates one of these machines. And one day, this mysterious woman comes in. He's intrigued by her. He has a relationship with her. And she ends up mysteriously disappearing. You don't really know what happened to her or why. And he is in search of trying to find the truth of what happened to her, finding the love of his life. How far would you go to find the one you truly love? Go deep into your mind in order to do it? Anything is possible in Reminiscence. Oh, indeed it is, man. So, I wanted to check this out because of Hugh Jackman, but also because of the sci-fi bend to it, which I really appreciated and thought it was kind of cool, man. I gotta admit, I am a big sort of noir fan, neo-noir, old school detective stuff from back in the day, man. I mean, James Cagney and all of those old school ones, man. I mean, that stuff was kind of cool to me. And so this reminded of it, yes, updating it to a modern day with sci-fi sensibilities, giving a new twist on it, but something I greatly appreciated. And I thought it was a really good movie. I really did, man. A lot of people, I think, got confused by the movie or were maybe not into it, maybe thought it was a little predictable. And yeah, it is predictable at times. You can see certain plot elements coming a mile away. If you've seen a lot of these movies like I have, you know where it's all going. But that didn't still take away from the story, which I thought was really great, about a man really searching his memory to find the truth of what really happened. And I thought that was interesting. I really did. And I thought the acting was fantastic. Hugh Jackman is awesome here. Rebecca Ferguson is hauntingly beautiful and seductive and mysterious. Tandy Newton is great here as well. Everybody does a really great job. I love the sci-fi aspect of getting into this water tank and submerging yourself into your mind and your memories, and how it can go really right or incredibly wrong. I like that quite a bit, man. I like the scenery. I like the imagery of a world gone wrong and a world gone depressive and messed up. And I like the idea of the betrayals and the mystery and the deception. I love all that stuff. And I thought it worked really brilliantly, man. And there is so much noir in this movie, down to the talking that Hugh Jackman does over the film. Definitely reminds me of old school detective films, down to like the idea of how Rebecca Ferguson looks and how she almost looks straight out of an old school detective film, something you'd see in like Casablanca or something. Like, they take a lot of really great elements from old classic movies and put a little bit of a twist to it, and I definitely appreciate it. It's not a movie for everybody. Certain sci-fi aspects to certain movies, some people really get into and other people don't. Like my mother loves exploring new films, but a story like this where you go back and forth in time with memories and you don't know what's real or fake and you're being manipulated by the filmmakers, that's not something that she would really like. And I know some people tend to get fed up with that type of thing. Me, it can get old and tired if it's not done properly, if it's sort of lazily done. But here, I don't think it's really lazily done. I thought it was executed pretty solid, pretty well. And I like the more that this guy dived deeper into the mysteries, he didn't like the answers that he found. And I like that nothing really at the end of the day has a truly happy ending, that everything gets deceived and manipulated at one point or another, and I really do appreciate that. It's an interesting movie that takes off of a lot of other films, good, bad, depending, but I gotta admit, I actually kind of dug this one. A little Western justice, perhaps, with the Blu-ray of Old Henry for $17.96, the DVD for $12.96. I did not get a chance to check this one out, but I did know it was coming out this week. Tim Blake Nelson, Gavin Lewis, Trace Atkins, and Stephen Dorff. Trace Atkins, man, that guy keeps on getting into more movies constantly. He's trying to be a movie star. Brah. Better luck next time. The past came calling. He answered. Oh, he did indeed. Let's see what this is about. Old Henry tells a story about a widowed farmer and his son who warily take in a mysterious injured man with a satchel full of cash. When a posse of men claiming to be the law come for the money, the farmer must decide whom to trust. Defending a siege of his homestead, the farmer reveals a surprising talent for gunslinging that his true identity in the question. Yes, he does. Okay, cool, interesting. I gotta admit, I've told you guys God knows how many times, man, that I'm just not as big into Westerns, dude. That's not to say I'm not a fan at times, because I am. I mean, the Clint Eastwood classics, right? I mean, Unforgiven, amazing. Tombstone, great. The old classic High Noon, love. There is some newer stuff, like 310 to Yuma, which I really dig. The Kid, like, there's stuff in there that I do like, man, but few and far between, man. But I gotta admit, this has me intrigued because of Tim Blake Nelson, who is amazing, man. I love him as an actor. Stephen Dorff, at times, is really good. Trace Atkins, I don't know, man. It could be a cool little interesting Western action drama. For $17.96, maybe not so much. But if it was like less than $10, maybe? Seeing Tim Blake Nelson as sort of a gunslinger, I could dig it. R.E.S.P.E.C.T, find out what it means to me. R.E.S.P.E.C.T, take care of TCB. Suck it to me, 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 to me. Oh, yeah, little respect and just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Did you guys really think I wasn't gonna do it? Come on, guys, with a little respect. The Blu-ray DVD digital for $22.96. The DVD for $17.96. Oh yeah, it's a little Aretha Franklin love. Ah, gotta love it, baby. Got to indeed. I got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime, and I wanted to because I do dig a lot of musical biopics, man. I really do. There's something about that is very intriguing to me, especially for some of these artists that I don't really know the history of them completely. It's a nice little sort of table of contents of their life in a nutshell, which I've always really appreciated, man. And so I thought Aretha Franklin, if anybody deserves a really great biopic, it's Aretha Franklin. She is an amazing artist, amazing singer, talent, voice, everything. She was phenomenal, a true classic of the music staple, and I was like, wow, they hadn't made one of her before. Maybe they have, but nothing is high profile like this. About damn time, dare I say, easily about time, man. And so, okay, I was about to dive in. So basically, yes, it is about her life from a kid all the way to a certain stop into her life when she learns to get over some of her demons, put it that way, man. And I gotta admit, first off, the acting, great here. Everybody does a great job. I mean, Jennifer Hudson kills it as Aretha Franklin. She really does, man. She gets the sympathy, she gets the heartache, she gets the drama, the frustration, and everything in between. She does a really great job here, as does everybody else. Forrest Whitaker playing her father, even Marlon Wayans. Marlon motherfucking Wayans playing one of her love interest husbands. Man, what an amazing job that guy did. Holy shit, he was amazing in this movie, dude. I was like, everybody does a really fantastic job acting-wise, and I really love the story of Aretha, of a little girl who had difficulties with her family life, growing up and struggling to become this artist that we know and love, and finally breaking free of these chains that has been around her for such a long time, and overcoming that. Amazing, fantastic, man. And I love the different time periods and how they portray all of them, and I think it's really fantastic, man. The one downside I will say about this movie, though, is that, as I said, it is a Cliff Notes version of her life. And the unfortunate part is we don't dive into as much as we should. I mean, the movie is well over 2 hours, close to 2.5 hours long, man. And so it's a long, lengthy movie, and sometimes it feels that way, and other times it breezes by. But the problem with doing a movie like this, doing something like this movie with any musical artist or biopic, is the fact that you can't dive into every issue with their life. And there's certain moments that get skimmed by, there's certain moments that feel shortchanged, and other moments that feel like they took too long. And then there's always the convenience of, well, I made this song because of this simple little thing that happened in my life, but we know that's not always the case. We know that's not always the truth. And so there is a lot of false narratives in this movie. And sometimes it's hard to know between fact and fiction. You got to do your research on it. But overall, though, I still think it's a really phenomenal movie. Incredibly well acted, and a great portrayal of the legend, the woman, the icon of Aretha Franklin. So if you love Aretha, this is a really good love letter to the amazing singer that she was and will always be. Fantastic movie with some faults, but still a worthy entry for the Queen of Soul. All it takes is 4 good days. Is that what they really say? God, I hope not. Because I don't know if I have 4 good days all in a goddamn row. And I'm betting this chick doesn't either. The DVD for $12.96. Glenn Close, Mila Kunis, based on a powerful true story. Now, I did not get a chance to watch this. I wanted to, and maybe at some point I will. I did hear about this film, though, about like a really great, fantastic, phenomenal performance by Mila Kunis, being this really like completely addicted, ridden drug addict, and how it's really phenomenal and superb in the acting of both her and Glenn Close. Mother and daughter navigate the most difficult 4 days of their lives together. Okay, yeah, I did hear about it being this story about family and drugs and addiction and helping people out. I heard it's amazing, phenomenal. I love Glenn Close. I tend to enjoy Mila Kunis at times. When she's good, she's really damn good, and I heard she's phenomenal in this, guys. You're definitely going to have to let me know how 4 Good Days are. Very interested in that one. As is Emily in Paris? Maybe? Kinda? I'm not so sure about this one, guys. Season 1 for 1996. Definitely feels like it's aping off of Sex and the City, right? Well, I mean, it is from the creator of Sex and the City, so it kind of makes sense. At least the cover does. Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at the images here. Yeah, that's really aping off of Sex and the City, man. Suddenly landing a dream job in Paris. The possibility is she juggles work, friendships, love, while navigating a whole new culture. Okay, yeah, this definitely feels like Sex and the City light. Something like that. I mean, I gotta admit, I do love Lily Collins. I definitely do dig her. I mean, when she puts her mind to it, she can do some really great performances as an actress. I'm not so sure about this one because it's hard to replicate the great perfect storm that was Sex and the City. It's so hard to do it, man. Other shows have tried, but they failed. And yet another attempt by the creator of Sex and the City, good luck, but it's hard to do it, man. Unless you're on HBO and you can really replicate that shit. I mean, it is on Netflix. Maybe I could give it a go, but I'm not sure, though. There really is only one Sex and the City. And if you're not a sexy hot babe like Samantha, not sure I want to watch. I'm not sure at all, man. You guys are definitely going to have to let me know about this. But when I say Sex and the City light, it kind of looks it. You got to admit, right, guys? Oh, of course, they finally have some more turkey baster love. Yeesh. They do have that. They also have that limited edition steelbook of those 5 holiday favorites. We saw this one over at Target last week, but now we're seeing it here over at Walmart, man. It's kind of cool that Walmart has it as well, man. I've heard this has been selling really good because, well, it's a limited edition, it's a steelbook. Duh, kind of makes sense. For $24.96 though, for 5 holiday favorites, that's pretty damn good, man. They have that. They also have Spirit, Riding Free, Spirit of Christmas. Oh, wonderful. A Spirit holiday special. Wonderful. So, Christmas presents and horses. Gee, they go as well as me and healthy food. Not so much, guys. But sure, if you have a little hankering for some Spirit holiday Christmas love, why not, man? They got that. Of course, Paw Patrol the movie for all the kiddies. And, oh yes, we can't forget about the Hallmark holiday Christmas love now, can we? Oh, we definitely can't. I mean, they have If Only, had Christmas with Candace Cameron, A Nashville Christmas Carol, USS Christmas. Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas with Lacey Chabert and Christmas, She Wrote. Wait a minute. Why isn't it Murder, She Wrote? If this doesn't have Angela Lansbury in this shit, I don't want to watch it. Man, God, look at that guy. Doesn't he just have a douche nozzle face? God, that guy so does, man. Why would she want a guy that looks like that? He looks like he should be hosting some cheesy 80s game show. What the fuck, man? Oh, Jesus. Danica McKellar, Lacey Chabert, Candace Cameron. Is it just me, or is it like these are the same people that keep doing these Christmas movies over and over again? Like, I've seen her do other stuff. I've seen Lacey Chabert do a bunch of them. Danica McKellar. It's like they keep coming back over and over to do Christmas movies. I mean, shit, everybody needs a paycheck, but just saying, man. I mean, damn. Hallmark Christmas love. I know these movies are incredibly popular and people eat this shit up. It's not for me, okay? To be fair, it isn't. And as I always say, why can't they be Hanukkah? If I only had Hanukkah, USS Hanukkah, Time for Us to Come Home for Hanukkah. Hanukkah She Wrote? Hey? I mean, come on, man. Give us Jews a little love, for Christ's sake. Until that happens, I guess we just have more Hallmark Christmas classics? Right. Tis the time of year, guys. Tis the time of year indeed. But my God, they actually have new release love this week. And that is some wild shit. Let's see if they have anything else. And speaking of more Christmas love, look at what we got here, guys. Some unique and interesting holiday slipcovers. Wally World Edition. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. We got a Lifetime 12 movie, Very Merry Movie Collection Set, Volume 1. And they also have Volume 2. So if you were looking for all that Lifetime Christmas goodness, they're definitely supplying it. Not for me, guys. It's definitely not. They also have the Ultimate Holiday Collection, 9 stories of like a lot of animated stuff as well. That's pretty interesting. They do have How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming, and this is definitely one of the newer ones, which looks cool. It's kind of like gingerbread design to it, which I'm really liking, man. Different characters in gingerbread form. That's really cool, man. They also have the How to Train Your Dragon Ultimate Collection, which looks pretty cool as well. Really great movies, by the way, man. Great, awesome animated movies, man. Great for adults and for kids. Love that, dude. And then they also have the Trolls Dance, Dance, Dance Collection. Sure, why not? They have that. Those movies are okay. Not great. They're basically just puking colors onto the screen for the little kiddies. Sure, they just eat that shit up, guys. They do also have that Spirit of Christmas one with that new gingerbread slipcover design. That's cool, man. They have that. One for Rise of the Guardians, which is a really great movie, man. Love that DreamWorks animated one. Love that. They also have one for Frosty the Snowman. Classic. Rudolph. Absolute classic as well. The original Christmas Specials collection. Nice. Now this one, there was the Steelbook that we saw, but this is a like slipcover edition to it, which is really nice with the gingerbread design. That's really cool as well, man. Nice. That is pretty cool. Whether you get the Steelbook or the actual like slipcover stuff, that ain't bad, dude. I like that. The Peanuts Holiday Collection, which Peanuts is absolutely classic. That shit is amazing. Charlie Brown, of course, classic. The newer Grinch, nice. Not as good as How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action one, or the original. I like these two a lot better. This is not bad though, but these two are pretty cool, and they got their own slipcover editions. The Grinchmas edition. I like that shit. That's great. They have that. They also have a newer one for Polar Express, which is cool. Great gingerbread design on that. That is awesome. They have that. They also have, they have one for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh, that's great. Look at that with the gingerbread design there. Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, they also have one for the Vacation 5 film collection. Oh, that's cool. Yo, that's actually really sweet. I've never seen them do like a holiday slipcover edition of the 5 film collection of the Vacation set. That is awesome, man. I love those movies, man. I really do. Crazy, ridiculous, over the top, cheesy as shit, but so good, man. I love that. They also have one for A Christmas Story, too. Oh, with the gingerbread one. Oh, that's awesome. I gotta look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, even the lamp is in gingerbread form. I triple jug dare you. Oh, so good. And him in the bunny pajamas. Oh, shit. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, that's so cool. They'll shoot your eye out, kid. They ain't lying. Oh, man, they ain't. Oh, that's really cool, man. Then they have a newer one for Elf as well with the gingerbread design. I like that. Hell, they even have one for the Dolly Parton 2-film set. Really? They have that. But more importantly, they have one for the Holiday Inn. Oh, that's so cool. Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. What a great classic, man. This is just as classic as so many of the other ones. White Christmas, you name it. So good. Really well done. The dancing, singing, phenomenal in this movie. Absolutely amazing. Love the hell out of this movie. Definitely another classic. Maybe not as classic in my mind as White Christmas is, but still a very fun movie, and there's a reason why it's timeless, because it's just that damn good, guys. There's certain ones that are worth it every single year. This is definitely yet another one of those, man. Nice. Some very interesting slipcover additions. I'm liking sort of the gingerbread design. That's new and interesting. Every single year they do something new, guys. And this year is no exception. Not bad. I mean, they also have all the other Hallmark stuff and the Kitty Christmas stuff, The Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street. Hell, they even have Medea's Christmas. Sure, we'll put it in the holiday classics. Why the fuck not? They have that. Hell, they even have Nightmare Before Christmas. One of my girlfriend's favorite movies of all time. Is not only a Halloween classic for her, but it's a Christmas classic as well. Man, they have all the stuff this time. Hell, even Mickey's Christmas Carol. Nice. Man, 30 years. Shit. That's great. God damn it, man. They have all the cool stuff, man. And some great slipcovers as well. Not half bad this week. Definitely digging some of the new release love. Kind of a shocker, but I'll take it. Let's head out. Now that is more like it, man. Damn. That is what I'm talking about, guys. The new release love, exclusive slipcovers. Oh, yes, baby. Walmart delivering a big bad way this week. Did my praying to the physical media gods help? I can't say it did, guys. Because Lord knows I pray every single week, and some weeks are better than others, and some weeks are frankly weak sauce. You guys know that for sure. Hell, we've been on a losing streak with this Walmart. Are we back to getting on a winning streak again? Well, the upcoming weeks will definitely have to tell where we're going on that one, guys. But in the meantime, this week, oh, it delivered in a big bad way, guys. It really honestly did, man. Some really good stuff this week. I think they're putting all that physical media out because we're in the holidays and people are buying all the presents and all the goodies. So why not put the physical media out for all those people that want to buy all that stuff, for all those physical media lovers out there? They are smart, but they should be doing it all year long, guys. Hopefully this is the start of something really good for the holiday season. Let's hope. The physical media gods, are you hearing me? Hopefully they are, and hopefully good things very much ahead. But this week, surprise, surprise, physical media galore, and I'm loving it. I hope you guys are too. What a great little change of pace. Definitely digging it. Makes me a very happy physical media boy. How about we go and find more physical media love that is out there? All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. But before I go in, I gotta talk to you guys about something. So, at the premiere of his latest film coming to Netflix, Dwayne Johnson was doing an interview for Red Notice, which I am definitely looking forward to. And one of the interviewers was asking him a question about the tragedy that happened on Rust. And he said, look, this is a tragedy. It should have never happened. And then he said something really interesting. He said that going forward with his production company, he said anything that his production company does will not have real guns on set. It will not. They'll use rubber guns. They'll use fake stuff. They'll fix it in post, CGI it, whatever he's got to do. Cost is not an issue. Safety is the issue. And going forward, he will not have real guns on his set. And I want to say that I applaud Dwayne Johnson for this. I honestly do. Now, there has been a little bit of pushback, a tiny bit of people being like, oh, come on, man. You can have safety with guns on a set. This is obviously a rare thing that happens. And just because there's some bad apples out there, it shouldn't affect the rest of us. And there is an argument to be made for that, for sure. I totally understand that. But I applaud Dwayne Johnson for doing this because he's looking out for the safety of himself, the actors, and his crew. Because, as I talked about a couple weeks ago, this should never happen. We are in 2021, man. This shit should just be a distant memory. We should never have to deal with this shit again. Armorers that are inexperienced, on-set issues, people not caring about safety guidelines, and not spending the money because they want to save a buck or two. That is unacceptable. That's ridiculous, and it is something that, to me, is just
something that is inconceivable nowadays. Absolutely. And with technology the way it is, with CGI and everything like that, you can do rubber guns. You can do CGI and replace it, and it'll look just as good as the real thing. They've done it before in other movies. It's no different now. And so I applaud him for that. I truly, honestly do, man, because at the end of the day, it's safety. At the end of the day, it's keeping people 100% safe. Now, as I said before, look, film sets are brutal. Film sets are not safe. Not even in the majority of it is it ever really safe. There's always something that goes wrong, some little issue that could turn into something major. It happens all the time, man. It really does. But if we could reduce that a little bit more than normal, why wouldn't we do that? Why wouldn't we take that first step, man? And he's the only one that I've heard say that. Like, no one else is coming out and saying that they're gonna do what Dwayne Johnson is doing. But I think by Dwayne Johnson doing this, not only is he taking responsibility, but he's also saying, look, man, I want to make good movies. I want to keep people safe. And at the end of the day, we can make a thrilling movie and still keep everyone safe. It's possible to do it. We should never have another Crow situation. We should never have another Russ situation. This shit should never happen nowadays. And I want Warner Brothers. I want Disney. I want Universal. I want all these companies out there, Lionsgate, you name it. I want them to commit to this. I really do, because at the end of the day, why wouldn't this make sense to not do it? I mean, seriously, why wouldn't you want to do this? I mean, I think the problem, and it's happened a lot, because a lot of these companies don't like change, man. They really don't. And a lot of them really don't like spending more money than they really have to. But at the end of the day, in order to guarantee people's safety, because if I was an actor, if I was a producer, if I was, a crew member, I would be asking, look, how are you going to keep me safe on a film set, man? I mean, I understand that, you're in rough terrain sometimes and you're lugging a lot of equipment, and sometimes there's issue with weather, and I understand that a whole range of things can happen. But if you have something that is within your control, that you can try to minimize the risks, it makes sense to take those steps and do that. Look, there's a lot of responsible gun owners out there. There's a lot of people who know how to handle weapons, and there's a lot of people who know safety as far as actually putting it into effect on a film set. And I trust those people 100%. Movies have been made for decades and generations, and we haven't had a ton of incidents like this. But when we have, they've really been a spotlight in how we need to be better. And so for me, I hear Dwayne Johnson saying that, and I think to myself, good on him, dude. Good on him. I can't always say that I like everything Dwayne Johnson does. I can't say that sometimes I like his decisions as an actor, but as somebody who has a responsibility for a company that makes movies, a production company, you have a responsibility at the end of the day to keep everybody safe. Accidents happen, but if you can avoid the majority of them, that is what counts. And who cares about using rubber guns and using CGI? At the end of the day, spending a little more money might actually help you in the end. I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think about that. Definitely let me know. I'm on board with what Dwayne Johnson did, but not everybody is. I understand it, but we can always do better. Let's be real, guys. Definitely let me know what you think about that. In the meantime, there is some good physical media out there. Hell, Walmart actually proved it this week. How weird is that shit? It's really weird, guys. So I don't know what Target will have, but let's hope it's something good. Let's go in and check it out.
All right, everybody, we are in at Target, and what the hell? There's like only one new release. That's it. What, am I living in the Twilight Zone this week? Seriously, Walmart's really good and Target really sucks? What, did I like time travel or some shit? The hell? Okay, well, ready or not, here we go with the Blu-ray DVD digital of Respect for $24.99 because this is the only at Target exclusive packaging, which kind of looks good, almost like she's on stage performing with the lights on and everything. It's kind of a cool cover. Not bad, kind of interesting. I mean, they certainly don't have any other Respect at all. Okay, but at least they have the only Target exclusive, so hey, I'll take it, man. But I want to talk about Jennifer Hudson. Look, I respect Jennifer Hudson. Get it? Respect? Yeah. I do respect her as an artist, and I appreciate her. And at first, I really found out about her because of Destiny's Child, right? Destiny's Child was a big act, and obviously they were very popular, and eventually at some point they were all sort of spinning off and doing their own thing, separate music projects, and all of them were actually trying to get into movies. Like Beyonce did Austin Powers Goldmember. Yeah, that didn't work out so hot. She did that. Kelly Rowlands did Freddy vs. Jason, which, by the way, she gets killed in a really great way in that movie, so there is that. But Jennifer Hudson, the first movie she ever did was Dreamgirls. And she won an Oscar for it, man. And that was wild. I mean, I love Dreamgirls. It's a really great movie. I don't know if she deserved the Oscar, though. I mean, it was her first performance. Really? You're going to give it to her right off the bat? I don't know about that. Like I said, I appreciated her performance. I appreciated what she did. But after that, she really didn't do anything that really wowed me. I mean, she did a role in like the Sex and the City movie. Okay, cool, I guess. Take it or leave it. Nativity. She did, a couple other odds and ends. The Secret Life of Bees. Sing, you name it. Okay stuff. Nothing really wild. Nothing really that was great breakout stuff like she did in Dreamgirls. But then she did something else. Oh, do you remember that she did Cats? Oh, you were trying to forget that shit? Yeah, no, I won't let you forget that shit, guys. That is one hell of a piece of shit. That is terrible, man. God, that is crappy. Yeah, that is one hell of a stain. You ain't getting out of the kitty litter anytime soon, bro. Okay, there ain't no fucking way. Okay, but yet she did kind of redeem herself with Respect. Okay, she did kind of do it. All right, ain't gonna lie. She did great as the Queen of Soul. She really did, man. But I don't know. I mean, I respect her as an actress. I don't really think she's a great actress at the end of the day. I think she's picked a couple projects that have really benefited her and benefited her musical style and who she is as a performer. There's not many really great musicians that have transferred over to the movie scene. There is a few here and there. Dwight Yoakam has done it. Cher obviously has done it. And there's a few other people that have kind of transferred over here and there at times. No, I'm not talking about, Trace Atkins or some shit. I ain't talking about that motherfucker. But I mean, more often than not, it's not really successful. Yeah, I mean, you could say Ice Cube and Ice-T. Sure, Snoop Dogg has had his day a time or two, but the transition isn't very easy. You need to really be very picky and choosy on your projects. And Jennifer Hudson came out of the gate really doing something really amazing, and then she was sort of stuck in neutral for a while and is sort of coming back into the scene again. I appreciate that. I'm kind of curious to see where her career is going to go next, but as far as a musical performer going into movies, trust me, I've seen a hell of a lot worse. Then again, I've seen better. She's good, not great, but when she hits, she definitely does. And give her credit. She does a phenomenal job in this role, and her singing ability is amazing. So, she definitely has the chops, given the right project. So here's hoping for Cats 2? Hey? Yeah, no, we ain't getting that shit anytime soon. Yeah, no. She's just getting back into redeeming herself again. Does she really want to go back into movie jail, folks? Seriously? Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that shit either. Yeah, no fucking way, guys. But like I said, I've only really appreciated her in a few movies. She's not amazing, but I can see where certain roles would really benefit her in a big bad way. And this one does. I don't think every movie role suits her. I don't think she's going to be this great, amazing actress that, like, 20, 30 years from now, we're going to really, like, look back on her and say how amazing she was. But there's certain actresses and actors that benefit from certain roles because they have certain skills that really showcase themselves, and this is one of them for her. So give her credit. She picked something great and something that really was right in her wheelhouse. So why not, man? Why not, indeed? I'll give her credit where credit is due. I will. Cats, yeah, not so much, guys. Unfortunately, not so much here at Target, at least in this section. Let's see if they got anything else. And as the world turns through the Target physical media section, is there any more standouts for the week? Well, indeed there is. Oh yes, Dark Knight Rises with the 4K Blu-ray digital of Batman Year One for $26.99, the commemorative edition, by the way, because if you didn't know, this movie came out in 2011. It's 10 years old. 10 years of Year One goodness. Wow, man. Seriously. That is cool, man. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Now, I have really been digging quite a bit. I've been digging the DC animated movies. I have, man. There's something about them that I just really love. Diving into the stories and the worlds and the characters. DC is one of the best when it comes to animated goodness. They just really are, man. They hit it out of the park every single time. They're awesome. They truly are, man. They really can't be beat. And I haven't watched all of the DC animated movies. I know I got a lot of catching up to do, guys. I got a shitload of catching up. And some of the best Batman ones I have never gotten a chance to watch. And Batman Year One was one of them. Oh, that's rectified now because I watched it on Amazon Prime. And I got to admit, I was really intrigued by this. I'm really intrigued by Batman in general. He is such a really complex character. He's not a simple hero. He's got a tragic past. He's got a tragic life. And he's somebody who has a sketchy moral ground at times. And I really appreciate that. Somebody who wants justice, wants to take out these bad guys, but yet has an appreciation for justice and still wants to see justice prevail. It's very unique and very interesting, and I've always thought the dichotomy between Bruce Wayne and Batman was really, really interesting to me. So I wanted to give this a look, man, and this movie did not, and I mean did not disappoint. It was amazing. It really was. I love the story of Bruce Wayne really coming back to Gotham, and the idea that he's depressed, he's lonely, he's angry, he's frustrated, he's sad, and he doesn't really know what to do with himself. He has all this money, he has all this inheritance, and he needs some sort of fulfillment in his life. He wants to take out the bad guys, he wants to clean up the streets, so he becomes the Batman, and it's juxtapositioned with James Gordon coming into the force, wanting to do good, wanting to be a good cop, and all of the corruption around him and fighting that corruption, but at the same time, not quite sure how he feels about the vigilante justice. And there's moments of conflict between him and Batman because they both want to see the bad guys not get away. They want to see these people come to justice, but they have two different ways of going about it. And it's kind of interesting, the points of view and how justice can be interpreted in very different ways. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie, man. Like I said, I truly did. I think the animation is good, even for 2011. I think even 10 years out now, I think it still comes off really well. I think the animation still is solid. Maybe not as good as some of the newer animation that's coming out for the DC stuff, but still pretty damn solid, man, and still really good. And I just enjoyed this story, and there's some really great nuggets in it, whether it's stuff with Catwoman or Harvey Dent. There's some really great stuff in there with some of the crime family stuff that you've seen in the Batman comics in previous years. It's pretty cool, man. I do dig that. I really do. And I thought it was really fun and interesting and dark and action packed. Everything that you want from a Batman story, you get here. And I'm not a huge old school Batman comic book fan. And I know this was part of the comic books. It's a story that's been out there. I was more of a Superman comic guy than anybody else. I was not a Batman comic person, but I do appreciate Batman and I appreciate these stories and I love seeing them in animated form, man. I truly do. There's so much really great Batman content out there. There truly is, man, and I think this is one of them. It's great. It really hits in a really wonderful way, and it really showcases that yes, you've seen the Batman origin God knows how many times at this point, but if it's done in a unique way, then it's cool to revisit it. It's kind of like the same thing with Spider-Man, right? You revisit the whole Uncle Ben thing so many times, and sometimes it gets kind of ad nauseum, but it still intrigues you because if it's done well, you're willing to go with it. And Batman Year One is one of those, man. I love that this is getting a lot of appreciation, and I'm so glad that these ones can get 4K upgrades so that people can revisit them. That is something that's awesome to me. And this one, I didn't even know this one existed. I didn't even know this one was out there. And I'm so glad that I got a chance to watch it, man. It's cool to revisit old school DC animated movies and see where they were and where they've gone. And this one, as far as Batman is concerned, it's one of the best. The Addams Family. The Blu-ray digital for $14.99 with more mamushka. Ah, nice, man. Very nice. I know that this came out as well, but it's kind of weird because in a few weeks' time, I think the 4K is coming out as well. So it's weird. They put the Blu-ray version out, and then the 4K is like coming out just soon after that. So why get the Blu-ray if the 4K is right around the corner? I mean, unless you don't care about the 4K and just want to get this. Hey, whatever, man. I mean, regardless, get the movie because the movie's freaking awesome, dude. I mean, I love this movie. I really do, man. I mean, what a great movie adaptation of the Addams Family. It's just so perfect in so many ways. I mean, the cast is amazing. Christopher Lloyd, Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci, Raul Julia. I mean, perfectly cast in every single way. Directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, who ended up going on to direct Men in Black. It's a great balance of quirky comedy and horror mixed together. And I just love it, dude. I really do. This is just such a fun and entertaining movie, man. And this is what a great movie adaptation of an old school classic is supposed to be like. I have my worries about the monsters, guys. I have a huge worry about the monsters. I mean, if the monsters can tap into the type of fun horror comedy that this movie has, I think they're gonna succeed in spades. But honestly, we're talking about Rob Zombie here, and Barry Sonnenfeld is somebody that came from that really great comedic style that he brought to this, and a great endearing movie that people really love. This sort of dark and dreary comedy of it that I thought was kind of fun and entertaining. Yeah, Rob Zombie could do it, but then again, we know Rob at this point. If he pulls it off, it's going to be a goddamn miracle, dude. But if you think you're going to be disappointed by the monsters, and let's be real, I think we're all going to feel disappointed by it in one way or another. Honestly, this is the adaptation you should be watching, man, because the Addams Family is spot on, dude. Hell, even the sequel is really funny. I mean, not as good as the first film, but I think it still has really great moments, great chemistry. The comedy is on point, and I just love the really great horror aspects to it, man, and how they made this really great sort of mundane horror comedy, which I thought played perfectly, man. A really great family spoof horror comedy that honestly very few are able to pull off, but this one did it in spades. How is that possible, man? It only happens every once in a while. You either get this or you get the monsters. Which one you choosing, guys? Seriously? Come on. Is that even a choice? The Addams Family. Come on. But if you don't want to wait, pick it up. But if you do, hell, the 4K is like right around the corner, man. So why not pick that up? They do have that, but they also have these slipcovers over here. Now it's interesting because these slipcovers, we've seen these before. I think we saw them over at Walmart like a long while back, man, with like the glittery dress slipcovers there. They have the one for Dirty Dancing, La La Land, I Still Believe, The Age of Adeline, and Forever My Girl. I mean, we saw these over at Walmart, and now they're suddenly popped up here over at Target. Hell, we've seen steelbooks from Best Buy that pop over at Target, so why not Walmart slipcovers? Makes sense to me. Bayside is back in class with Saved by the Bell Season 1. Damn, I forgot this was even a thing, man. Shit. For 1999. Yeah, I do remember this, though. Yeah, that they were doing a season of Saved by the Bell. God, that is so weird, man. Damn, nostalgia's a bitch. Fuck. Damn, dude. Bayside's back. So get so excited. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, seriously? Ah, fuck, man. When California Governor Zach Morris... Wait a second. He became governor? Well, if Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to do it, yeah, fuck, why not Zach? He gets into hot water for closing too many underfunded high schools. God damn you, you motherfucker. You were always a privileged pansy, you fuck. Hell, I haven't even watched it and I fucking hate on him already. He proposes they send the affected students to the most well-funded schools in the state, including Bayside. Yeah, no shit. Your governor, of course you would give Bayside all the money. You greedy fuck. Jesus. The influx of new students gives the privileged Bayside kids who never had a problem that can't be solved in 22 minutes. Great. A much needed dose of reality. Elizabeth Berkley, Lauren, and Mario Lopez star in the new Saved by the Bell series, reprising their roles Jesse Spano and AC Slater. Huh, seriously. Oh my god, man. Shit, I used to watch Saved by the Bell long ass time back, guys, and I mean long ass time ago. Like the old like TBS days, man. I used to watch that shit. Damn, man. God, it's been so long, dude. Jesus. And I actually am one of the diehard fans because I used to watch Saved by the Bell the college years. How many of you motherfuckers can say you've watched Saved by the Bell the college years? I watched that shit. Hell, I even watched the TV movies, man. The one where they went to Hawaii and Zach and the other chick got married. Yeah, man. I watched that shit. Damn, man. I was into Saved by the Bell. Jesus, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of cool that they're revisiting Saved by the Bell and doing it in a modern day type of way and bringing in the old school actors to kind of still make it authentic Saved by the Bell mythology, if that's even a fucking thing. I don't know, man. It could be kind of cool, sort of a reimagining, but did I really want to revisit Saved by the Bell? I mean, I loved it back when I was younger. I loved how sort of really over the top they portrayed the nerds, how the cute chicks were always really cute, you know, a little bit sort of hating on the nerds, but yeah, kind of a sweet side and likable. And reality hit me so hard because hot chicks in high school were so not that. Man, fuck you, Saved by the Bell, for putting my hopes so goddamn high, you motherfuckers. Oh, goddamn piece of shit. Oh, it was nothing like the real high school. God damn, man. I don't know. it's kind of cool to see the crew back and, in their old sort of, Bayside sort of way, but I don't know. I kind of, sometimes I guess I would say I keep nostalgia in the past. And one of the reasons why I do that is sometimes revisiting it, especially in a new form, sometimes it's a real buzzkill, isn't it, guys? Sometimes it can be. Other times it can be a really pleasant surprise, but other times, damn, it can be really bad, dude. You know what? I'll save this for somebody else who would appreciate it a hell of a lot more. I love Saved by the Bell. I love the old school Saved by the Bell, but my nostalgia should probably end there. Ah, yes, I forgot Sex and the City got a new edition. Cosmos, Sex, and Fashion is back again, baby. Oh, yes, the remastered Blu-ray edition of Sex and the City for $120. Holy shit, man. Well, $120 worth a hell of a lot of New York City sex. And it's a hell of a lot more than I'm getting these days. So what the fuck? Why not pay $120? Hell is cheaper than a hooker. Sometimes. Oh, man. Do you realize I watched this shit with my mother? I am dead serious. When this show was going on, was happening, new episodes every single week, I was watching that with my mother. I would be living with my mom. We're in the living room. We watch Sex in the City every single week together, man. Now that is commitment, man, okay? How many people can say that they watched the original run of Sex in the City with their parent? Okay, I think I'm one of the only motherfuckers that can say that shit, dude. Like, my mother and I have a really great bond, and it's kind of weird to say that Sex and the City kind of brought us together in some ways, right? Like, we would watch Samantha have wild and crazy sex with guys who were like, oh, Samantha, oh, what a sex animal she is. We talk about the relationships, and we, talk about the story and the characters and everything. And, my mother and I got into that kind of stuff. It's wild to think, but it really is the truth, man. And I did like this series. I really did, man. There was something about it, the characters and what they were going through with their lives and the relationships. It was really relatable in an odd way, man. It really was. And I really enjoyed this series. I truly did. I enjoyed everything up until probably the final season, man. Like the final season when she met that French guy and they were in that relationship together and everything. I don't know. I didn't really like that season. It kind of was a real turn off to me. And then the movies, like the movies were okay, but they weren't like the TV show. Like the first few seasons, or the majority of the seasons I should say, it was a really great phenomenon and people really loved it, and it showcased really great quirky characters, relatable situations wrapped around and really interesting, will she or won't she type of storyline. I thought Sarah Jessica Parker was incredibly relatable, incredibly gorgeous and beautiful. I thought everybody did a really great job with their roles and the chemistry. It was amazing for the time that it was. You can't really recreate a show like this. There are certain shows out there that are products of their time, and you can't really recreate it. Things like Seinfeld or something like that you can't really recreate. Yeah, you can try to, but you immensely fail. And Sex and the City is one of them. Lord knows they've tried so many times to recreate it. Hell, they even did like a Sex and the City prequel show of Carrie in her younger years or some shit. Yeah, ain't no one want to see that shit, man. Okay, it just didn't really work. And now they're trying to do new shows. Like they have this other one over here, as I showed off at Walmart, like Emily in Paris. It looks like Sex and the City Light, as I said earlier. It really does. It just comes across and has the same type of feel as that. Cool, I guess, but again, why would I watch Sex and the City Light when I can just watch the real damn thing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would take this one in a heartbeat any day. Yeah, I had disappointments with the movies. Yeah, the final season didn't quite deliver the way that I wanted it to, but I did like the ending to the show, and I got to admit, it brought my mom and I closer than I ever thought we would, man. I mean, just seriously, when you watch sex scenes with your mother in the living room, there's really not much else to say, man. There really isn't. It's an experience. I'll give it that, man. But hey, you got to bond over something. Might as well fucking bond over Sex and the City. What the fuck, man? Seriously. Oh, wild times, man. The old school days. You gotta love it. Shit, man. And you gotta love Target. Well, just a little bit. Certainly didn't give a lot of physical media love this week, but, well, better luck next time, I guess. Let's head out. So come on now, let's be real, okay? When you hit play on this video, did you seriously think that Walmart was gonna have a lot of stuff and Target was going to be on the downslide this week? Seriously? Come on, raise those hands. Yeah, ain't nobody raising that shit. Okay? Because nobody thought that was gonna happen this week. Hell, I didn't think it was gonna happen. Every single week, Target has delivered in and out all the time, and this is the first week in actually a long time that we didn't get a lot of physical media love. We got a little bit, but not nearly as much as I thought we would. And I was talking to the electronics manager because he was saying to me that he's got so much stock in the back of movies, so much stuff for Black Friday, that like a lot of the new release stuff is mixed in with it, so he doesn't know exactly where some of that stuff starts, where it ends. So he's trying to figure all that stuff out at this point. So I'm like, hey, good luck to him, man. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. I mean, it's cool that he's got so much boxes in the back for all that physical media love come Black Friday, but he's got to figure out to put out the new releases, man. He did put out some of them, but not nearly as much. At least not what I was hoping. Hey, maybe he'll figure that out in a few days. But as far as this week, yeah, not so much, guys. Kind of weird. Kind of almost in the twilight zone. We've been so good with targets of late, and this is the week where it starts to die down a bit. So weird. One is rising, the other is falling. Man, I don't know what weird, like, alternate universe I am in, but this shit scares me. This is some crazy shit, man. Maybe it'll all turn around next week. Maybe it'll all go back to normal. But in the meantime, it is what it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed what I got to show off. But let's hope for more physical media ahead. All right, everybody. We are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check out if there's any interesting indie films worth showing off. If there is, I will bring it back to Film Fan 108 and show it off to each and every one of you. But before I do that, I gotta talk about a trailer with you guys. And Disney is back with a new Star Wars series with one of everyone's favorite Mandalorians. No, I'm not talking about the Mandalorian. I'm talking about Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett. Yes, coming later this year. Oh, yes. Strike one for another one of those wonderful Star Wars characters coming back in a big bad way. Oh, yes. And let's be real, okay? Boba Fett has always been intriguing from day one. Star Wars, the holiday special. He premiered then. He had a little bit where there was an animated segment where he was riding some sort of like weird intergalactic space dinosaur or some shit. And everybody was intrigued. And then in obviously Empire Strikes Back, and everyone was like, oh, who is this? And then, of course, Return of the Jedi, and then, you know, sort of George Lucas shoehorned him in the special edition of, like, A New Hope and shit. And it's like, there's always been intriguing stuff written about the character in various books and comic book adaptations. You name it, there's been a ton of that stuff. And the character has always been intriguing one way or another. You've always wanted to know more of the origin. You wanted them to dive more into Boba. And I loved that George Lucas tried to do it in the prequels to varying degrees. I like the clone aspect, the idea of the clones. I don't know if it was done 100%
to my satisfaction, but I appreciated where he went with it, and I like the idea of seeing Jango Fett, seeing a young Boba Fett, seeing where that character came from and the origins of it. I thought it was pretty cool, actually. It was nice to have it explored. And Tamora Morrison, man, talk about a guy that lucked into one hell of a gig, man, right? Because suddenly you're cast as Jango. You have the idea that you're a clone of this entire army. Obviously, Boba is one of your clones. And you literally have a cushy gig for the rest of your life, right? You are doing voice acting for various video games, animated specials, and movies and episodes, you name it. And now being able to come back here because, again, it's in Star Wars lore that everyone looks like Tamora Morrison. So, hey, he's back, dude, to collect another paycheck because that dude is one lucky mofo to be now in the Star Wars Legacy canon forever. And so this is interesting, actually, because the trailer is basically him taking over the position of Jabba. Right, so this takes place sometime after Return of the Jedi, and obviously the Boba Fett that we saw go into the Sarlacc pit in Return of the Jedi, we thought was dead, but is not. It's in canon that he survived that. So he's back, he's taking over the position of Jabba, and it's basically him and his rule over Tatooine and all of these sort of criminal, syndicate gangs that are all over the place that have popped up since Jabba left. And it's just him being one badass mofo. And it's cool. It looks cool, man. It really does. And I like Star Wars expanding the world, right? That's something I've always loved about Star Wars, because the world of Star Wars, if you really think about it, it's so vast and it's so rich, and the movies have only ever really scratched the surface. There's so much more to it, and what made The Mandalorian, those 2 seasons, so successful, so wonderful, was because you expanded the world. You expanded more of looking into the Mandalorians and all of these, crime syndicates, and seeing the vacuum of the Empire and how other people are coming up in its place, and seeing that it's not this great ever-present world. It's not just about politics and the Jedi, that there's so much more seedy underground stuff that's going on. And I've always loved that about Star Wars. When they are able to expand and tell more of the story than just the idea of the Jedi and everything that's going on with the Empire or the Republic, you really get some fascinating stories, man. And this is one of those times. It looks cool. I see some of the aliens from various movies. I'm like, oh yeah, that species was like dancing for Jabba and shit. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And I really do. Please to God, can we put in the Book of Boba Fett? Remember in Return of the Jedi where they had that band that was playing for Jabba, and that blue alien that looked like an elephant or some shit, and he's like, and was on the keyboards and some shit. I'm like, can we please have that? Can we please? Because I love that motherfucker. But I just love the different alien species, and I love telling a different story than just staying within this small band of, the Skywalker legacy. And that's something that I appreciate. And it's not that I don't want to see more of that. I love seeing that. I love diving into Darth Vader, and I love diving into Anakin and Palpatine and everybody involved here. I love all that shit, man. I think it's rich, and I think there's still a lot to mine. But I think there's so much more to mine in the stories of the secondary characters that, yes, you've seen here and there, but you haven't seen as much as I think you should be able to see. And I think shows like The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett definitely expand it in a really great way, which I really appreciate, man. I think it looks cool, man. Tamora Morrison getting an easy paycheck and expanding the mythology and the lore of Star Wars. It's a win-win-win, man. I mean, seriously, It is. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. A lot of people love Boba Fett, myself included. And so it's just great to expand on that character, expand on the world, and tell more stories that I think this is where Star Wars should be going. Yes, I love those tales of the Skywalker family, but let's do more. Let's expand the world more so that the galaxy is more rich with storytelling. The books have mined some of that stuff perfectly. The comic books have. Now it's time for the TV shows and the movies to do the same thing. And let's hope this is the beginning of a very beautiful relationship between the fans and the creators. Let's hope, guys, but only time will tell. But this is a pretty good start. Definitely let me know what you think about that. In the meantime, well, not bad physical media week so far. Let's see if the second Walmart has anything worth checking out.
All right, everybody, in at the second Walmart, and what a very interesting surprise this week has been, man. Quite a little bit more physical media love than I was anticipating, and some stores have definitely delivered where I thought we weren't going to see jack squat. So what does the second Walmart have in store? Well, let me tell you, it does have a little bit of love, indeed. Not a plentiful, huge amount of physical media love, but that weirdness is still on display regardless, even if it's only a few titles. When it comes to ridiculous B-movie cheese, still delivers in a big bad way. Oh, I think you know it definitely does, baby. So you know where we're going next. We are going to Film Fan 108 Central, where USAT, yes, you gets to show out all the weird oddities that the second Walmart has to offer. I know you can dig it. Oh, I can definitely dig it, baby. Woo! Ric Flair?
Oh, yeah. Can you feel it?
Randy Savage? What? I don't know who you think you are if you're some wheeling, dealing, high-flying son of a gun on physical media. But let me tell you something, brother. You better shut up, show off that physical media before I give you the leg drop and give all the Hulkamaniacs what they want, baby. Damn. I thought I was bad. That Hogan impression needs a little work, buddy. You can always get pointers from me, but we'll save the wrestling personalities for another time. We got some physical media to show off, baby. We do indeed. And let's be real for a second, guys. This has been quite interesting this week. I don't know what time portal I stepped into. I don't know what alternate dimension, but somehow Walmart has succeeded and Target ended up being a little bit of a loosey-goosey this week. How in the world? What streams did I cross? What the hell? Regardless, physical media is definitely out there this week, and we have seen a decent amount of it either way, and I will definitely take it. And as far as the second Walmart is concerned, the indie love, the weird, honestly bizarre titles that are out there in the ether at Wally World, they're back yet again to weird us out one more time. Oh yes, it's that time again, and you know what it is. It's Walmart weirdness, ridiculous, over-the-top craziness, and you gotta love it every single time. Oh, this time looks kind of interesting, but let's dive in, shall we? The first title that I'm seeing, and that is Bezonians? Wait a minute, is this about Jeffrey Bezos? What the fuck? A new class of gangster. Oh yeah, it's definitely about Jeff Bezos. Oh shit. Vinnie Jones. Oh, nice. I like Vinnie Jones, man. What a badass motherfucker that guy can be. Nice. And he's holding a gun. And he's mean mugging. Oh yeah, he's looking badass, baby. Indeed he is. What is this? Plato? Seriously, that's that guy's name? Okay. Runs the Bezonian Social Club in North London, where generations of Greek immigrants have gambled away their savings and partied over the decades. Damn, man, where the hell have I been? When Plato makes the mistake of playing poker with devious bombshell Lola, the fate of the club, as well as his very life, is threatened. Only the suave Achilles, man, what the fuck is up with this names? Plato, Achilles, fuck is next, Hamlet? Buster, Mikey, and the intellectual disabled Anthony will stand by Apollo as he faces an intimidating threat from Lola's boyfriend, the conscienceless Willard. What the? Willard, Achilles, Buster, Plato? Damn, man. What is like Greek week? The fuck? Jeez, man. I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting, like high stakes poker to save your life and everything that you've earned and loved, and high stakes gambling gone terribly, terribly wrong. Kind of interesting, man. There's a lot of ones that I do love with like poker, high stakes gambling stuff. I mean, 21, I love. Molly's Game is really good as well. That's great. One of my favorites, though, one of my favorites indeed, one I really love. Oh, this one is the tits, guys. I love this one. One of my favorites, and that is Rounders. Oh man, do I love Rounders, dude. Damon and Norton and oh man, everybody in this is amazing. And I just love the idea that this guy is out and they pull him back in, man. And John Malkovich, man. John Malkovich plays one evil, scary motherfucker. Oh man, do I love him in this movie, man. I just love his accent. that guy could read the fucking phone book in that accent, and I'd be intrigued all damn day long. And the poker is exciting and intense. Man, do I love that movie. That is some awesome shit, dude. A classic by far, man. So there is some good high stakes poker stuff out there, and a hell of a lot more movies as well, man. The Bezonians. It kind of goes to ridiculous levels, though, don't it? I mean, he ends up having poker with this devious bombshell, hot smoking chick, and then his world goes terribly, terribly wrong. I mean, you never bet your entire family's, existence against a hot babe. You just never do it, man. That's why I never play poker. I wanted to years ago. Remember when ESPN was playing all that sort of Texas Hold'em championship poker stuff back in the day? Dude, I ate that shit up. I would watch that late at night, man. I seriously would. And I would be poring over and thinking, I could do that. And something in my brain was like, dude, you so cannot pull that shit off, dude. And I'm so glad that I listened to my conscience. Sometimes I don't, and I've paid the price for it dearly. This time around, I actually listened. Fucking crazy, I know, man. I could have lost a hell of a lot in my life if I played poker, man. I would have sucked big time. I really would. Kind of like this guy. You just never play against hot chicks, because us men, we think about a lot of things other than poker, especially when we're playing against hot chicks. And this guy clearly wasn't thinking about his cards. Better luck next time, bro. In the meantime, hey, at least you got Vinnie Jones to save your ass. And the Juggernaut? Well, I wouldn't fuck with that guy to save my life. Especially with a gun. He is the Juggernaut, bitch. Hitman for hire? Perhaps with Max Bishop. Oh, look at this. Out of work, out of money, out of options. You look screwed, bro. You look so screwed. Man, what are you gonna do for money? Probably some really shady shit. Most likely, the bargain has been made. Oh, what is this? Wait a minute. I have never seen a teddy bear with that much cash. Shit, where can I find a teddy bear that has that much money? Like, I should be hanging out at more toy stores, man. Damn. Where's the teddy bears that have that cash? I'm going straight to the toy aisle next time, goddammit. Jeez, the hell is this? Bumbling hitman Max Bishop, whose only successful job was taking out a paraplegic. You call yourself a hitman? Fuck. Jesus. Is fired from his organization after failing miserably to take out his target. Well, I can see why. After applying to a staffing company, the only job Max can get is as a janitor at an elementary school. Shit, he goes from a hitman to a janitor at a little kid's school. Man, if that ain't embarrassing, I don't know what is. Shit. Oh my God. Soon Max is approached by 10-year-old Lucy, who witnessed him catastrophically failing at his last hit job. Really? Okay. With an offer to get back into the game, Lucy offers Max $8,000. What? To take out the school bully? How much money does this chick have? Literally offering $8,000 to take out a school bully? Damn. Man, how the fuck that bully piss her off? Shit. Oh, man. Which sets Max back on the path to making it in his dream career, killer for hire. I don't know if you really want to tout getting back into the game by taking money from an elementary school kid to kill another kid. Like, seriously, I don't know if you should really be proud of that shit, but boy, he's going for it, man. Give him credit, dude. Holy shit. What did that bully do to piss her off? Fuck. Damn. To literally offer somebody $8,000 to kill the kid. Shit. Damn, man. I've had some bullies that I wanted to really kill back in the day. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. There are some kids out there that, man, boy, I thought of some brutal ways. I'm not gonna lie, dude. But I never offered $8,000. Then again, I didn't really have much for fucking lunch money. So how the fuck would I ever be paying $8,000 any money? Fuck, shit, man. Damn, this girl is serious. Damn, is he really gonna do that shit? Yeah, I really want to know, man. You know what this kind of reminds me of? The only thing that it really reminds me of, honestly. And that is none other than, oh yes, I gotta go all the way to Fat Man. Oh yes, Mel Gibson playing good old Jolly St. Nick. Oh my god, man. The only reason why this reminds me of that is because there's this little kid in the movie, real fucking brat, dude. And he's wishing for all this toys, and he's one selfish kid. And all that Mel Gibson brings him is like a lump of coal. And this kid is so pissed. He's so incredibly pissed that he literally hires a hitman to take out Santa Claus. Man, that's some wild shit. Dude, God. I'm so thankful that I'm Jewish. I'm so serious, bro, because I just can't deal with this shit. I mean, I have had some naughty times in my life, but, you know, my mother never gave me a lump of coal, so God bless her heart. I really wouldn't want to bet my whole entire year's worth of being good or naughty on one fat guy that eats cookies and drinks milk. Like, seriously, I wouldn't, but this kid did, and boy, is he pissed. Oh my god, man. This is a great movie, man. This is fucking awesome, man. That is great. So, more kids who are out for bloody revenge. Oh my god, man. You know, back in the day, when I was a kid, we weren't offering people money to fucking take a hit for somebody. We weren't doing that shit. We'd probably fight on the playground or call each other names and shit and call it a day, man. But God, nowadays, damn, man, kids are brutal. Yet they're offering money for janitors to take out their bullies. I've heard of cancel culture, but this shit's ridiculous. God damn, man. Holy fuck. Jesus, man, I would not want to fuck with that chick. And her money-loving teddy bear. Damn, I wouldn't, dude. I seriously want to know, is this guy going to do it? And if so, is he even going to succeed? I mean, all he's ever done is really kill a paraplegic. Yeah, that takes a lot of skill. Oh, man. This guy's one hell of a fuck-up. And now he's got to kill kids? Yeah. Something to definitely be proud of. Right. Warning. Thomas Jane is going in space to protect us. We're all fucked. We may very well be, folks. Warning. This is the way the world ends. With Thomas Jane trying to save us? Damn. Alice Eve, Alex Pettifer. Oh, man, nice. Oh, we also got Annabelle Wallace in here as well. Oh, nice. The human race is about to reach the finish line. Set in the not-too-distant future, this intense sci-fi thriller explores the repercussions that humanity faces when omniscient technology becomes a substitute for human contact. But life begins to unravel when a global storm causes electronics to go haywire, leading to terrifying, deadly consequences. Oh, and Thomas Jane has to save the human race from talking to one another. Because, boy, if we put our cell phones down and stop staring at them, we actually have to interact with humanity. Man, that could be some scary shit. Oh, that really can, man. Damn, dude. This is interesting, though. I mean, a great cast. Love Alice Eve. Thomas Jane is good at times. I do appreciate him. Alex Pettyfer, the same. The same can be said for Annabelle Wallis as well. I do dig her as well from time to time also. Interesting. The idea that we're so used to technology, that we're so dependent on technology, when it goes haywire, we could be lost forever. That is some crazy, wild shit, man. And honestly, it's happening nowadays. This is not the future. This is now, man. Literally. We rely on technology for everything. And one of these days, I guarantee it is going to bite us in the ever-loving ass. It really will. One of these days, we will have to basically abandon technology because technology will go against us. How many other times have that happened? Oh, yes, I know. The Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, Terminator Dark Fate, and the other Terminators as well. Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, or as many people call it, Jenny Smith. I mean, seriously, all of these Terminator movies have always taught us to not trust technology. Hell, a lot of sci-fi goes out of its way to talk about the dangers of technology, but we never fucking listen, man. Yeah, Arnold can be scary as a robot, but I don't think my Samsung is ever going to turn into Arnold. Fuck, let's hope not. Shit, man. I mean, there has always been cautionary tales one way or another. But now we have to rely on Thomas Jane to save us from actually having to interact with human beings. It was going to happen eventually. I just didn't quite think it would be Thomas Jane that was going to save us. Maybe Bruce Willis? Well, I don't even know if I want Bruce Willis to save me now. Fuck, I might as well take Thomas Jane. Shit. However you slice it, we're definitely going to need saving at one time or another. And, well, might as well start now. The future can be seedy as fuck. Hell, it just has Guy Pearce in Zone 414. What hides in the city of robots? Ooh, what does indeed, man? Yes. Look at that. A little futuristic love, perhaps. Sci-fi thriller set in Zone 414, a dangerous dark colony of humanoids known as the City of Robots. The colony's creator hires private investigator David Carmichael to track down his missing daughter. David teams up with Jane, a highly advanced AI equipped with the same technology as her fellow humanoids, but with all the emotions, feelings, and dreams of a human being. Together, they travel through the city uncovering clues and a crime that calls into question the origins and true purpose behind the city of artificial humans. Welcome to the zone. We got fun and sex. Apparently so, man. Prostitute androids, seedy underbelly of humanoid technology. Yes, of course we do. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and interestingly enough, I wanted to watch it, well, first of all, from Guy Pearce, because I really love Guy Pearce, man. He's a great, great actor, man. Intense. He definitely knows how to do his job in a great way. I mean, one of my favorites of his is Ravenous. I love him in The Time Machine, and many, many more. He's fucking awesome, man. And I also really like the futuristic setting, because I'm a sucker for these type of sci-fi stories. The plot intrigued me. I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a go, man. And I got to admit, this is a very interesting movie. It really is, man. I like the idea that humans have basically relied too much on technology to the point where we're literally using them as emotional anchors for sex and emotions, and the idea that there's a seedy underbelly to all of that that nobody really wants to deal with and nobody really wants to explore, as long as there's money to be made off of it, as long as there's powerful men who are willing to devote themselves to this. And the idea that this PI definitely has to go through all this crazy, ridiculous ideals and these seedy underground sex organizations in order to find the true history of what's really happening here, but also at the end of the day, what went on with this guy's missing daughter, and is she alive? Is she dead? What's her story and background, and why did she even go there in the first place? It's a very interesting story that I really loved, and I thought it was really well done, actually. I thought the sci-fi aspects were great here. I thought Guy Pearce killed it. He was tough as nails, heartless when he needed to be, but yet also emotions in the right place when it needed to be, when he needed to open up for certain reasons. And I won't really give anything away, but he's a very complex character, and he's not some simple PI doing the simple job. There's a lot of complexities to it, and I really appreciated that, and his character really reflected that. And I also love the androids and the AI technology, man, because that was so cool, man. That was so really kick-ass and awesome, because they look like you and I, but yet there's something cold and manipulative about them, and something slightly off. And yet, even though that is, you can say the same thing about humans. So it's almost like they're mimicking us, but yet not quite us. And sometimes the lines can be quite blurred, and I really appreciate it. And there's a lot of movies that really remind me of Zone 414. Blade Runner comes to mind in a big bad way, man. I mean, Blade Runner is one of the high gold standards when it comes to, you know, robots, technology, AI going terribly wrong and turning against us. Amazing, amazing type of movie, man. Harrison Ford killed it here, but Rutger Hauer playing one of the actual AIs is fantastic, and his speech at the end of the movie is downright heartbreaking and yet cold, but yet also very emotional at the same time, man. So amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. Movie's great. Of course, I also have to mention the sequel, Blade Runner 2049, because that's just as equally awesome. Very great, and really picks up that Blade Runner storyline and really continues it in a very satisfying way, man. Love the hell out of that movie. Of course, you also have to say a movie like any of the Terminator movies, as I said, artificial intelligence and the coldness of it. Something about that is really interesting, and Terminator, in many of its iterations, has always explored that in one way or another. That is really amazing. Of course, you always got to talk about a movie like Upgrade as well, technology and how it helps us yet makes us less human at the same time. Very, very fantastic ideas in that one. And even I would say something like Alita Battle Angel, which is really fascinating with technology and remaking somebody, but yet are they still themselves or not quite? Very interesting ideas behind a lot of very interesting science fiction movies that have really talked about that. And I think you can include Zone 414 here as well, man. I think it's really good, man. It really takes on that idea and, yes, puts a kind of fresh spin on it, but yet is aping off of a lot of the classic stuff like Blade Runner and so on and so forth. But I still think it does it in its own unique way. Yes, it's not the most high budget film of all time, and yes, they have to get around certain constraints, but I think they do it in clever ways, man. And I like them showing the seedy underbelly side of this, the seedy underbelly side of the androids and the robots and the AIs, and the idea of them being manipulated for sex and sometimes being forced and not really knowing what they're getting themselves into, and they're just put in these circumstances to basically be playthings. And I like that idea. Some know what's going on, others don't, and the idea that they're used for profit, and the idea that this creator sending this PI knowing fully well what's there, knowing fully well what's the seedy underground world is like, and perhaps the dangers of it, and not fully knowing what you're walking yourself into 100%. I like that, man. The mystery, the intrigue of it. I really dug this film, man. I thought it was really solid. I was entertained the entire runtime. I was intrigued by the mysteries. And they don't ever keep the mysteries lingering for a long time, right? Because they could have been letting it linger on for an hour 45, 2 hours, and, hold back on the idea of the daughter and what's really going on here and who's behind everything. But they really don't, man. They don't really let you linger on the mystery too long. They give you a lot of answers. Yes, there's a little bit left to the imagination, but I kind of appreciate that at the same time. But I thought it was fun. I thought it was entertaining. There was some good laughs in there. I thought some of the CGI was cool. I like the idea of some of the technology and the futuristic settings. This was a real surprise to me. Yes, it's not the most original thing. Yes, we've seen this done time and time again in other films, so it's not like this thing brings crazy new ideas to the table, but it brings a recognizable idea that's been done numerous times and makes a very entertaining film out of it. I really appreciated Zone 414. This was a unique little gem that I'm glad I dived into, man. Quite interesting indeed. Way better than I thought it had any right to be, and I gotta give it a lot of credit because it really surprised me in pleasant ways, man. Definitely give this one a look. If you're into those type of films, this one might surprise you. It might indeed. And boy, what interesting surprises this Walmart weirdness definitely had in store. Oh yes, you gotta love all the ridiculous cheese, and the second Walmart definitely supplied it. Never play high stakes poker with a hot chick. Ever. Play Uno instead. She gets them every time. And look, when a elementary school kid gives you $8,000 to kill one of her bullies, you say yes to that shit. Seriously. Just don't get caught by the principal. You may have to go to detention. Oh, God. Technology ends up being threatened and you actually have to talk to people? Damn, what a bummer. And one day androids will become sexy, hot prostitute chicks. And don't say Austin Powers didn't warn you. Fembots, anybody? Ah, yes, we did warn you. You just didn't listen. Oh, yes, look at all this, baby. Walmart indie weirdness. Back again. Oh, and what crazy wild time we had with these, man. Very interesting indeed, as is all physical media. You guys know that. Good, bad, Walmart weirdness. I love it all, baby. It's the artwork, it's the synopsis, oh, it's the special features. Any physical media lover can truly appreciate it. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys totally do, man. Yet another round of Walmart oddities out of the way. But oh, that is not it, ladies and gentlemen, because we got one more location to go to. And let's hope for some very interesting and unique releases ahead.
All right, everybody. We are at our fourth and final location. And when it comes to physical media, it's best to go to the Beast. It always is. Gamble for sure. But you never know what you'll find until you tackle the Beast of Best Buy. So you definitely know where we are, guys. The one, the only, none other than Best Buy, the Beast. Best Buy, baby. Oh, yes, indeed. Interesting physical media week. A few big releases here, a little smaller releases there.
and some interesting exclusives from time to time, slipcovers, some stuff that has definitely kept us on our toes. What will Best Buy have? Hopefully all that new release love, hopefully maybe an exclusive and a surprise or two. You never quite know. It is the holiday season, so let's go in and see what goodies we'll be able to find. All right, everybody, we are in at Best Buy under the new release love, and we definitely got it this week, baby. I'm liking this. Right off the bat, we are seeing the 4K Blu-ray digital of Batman Year One for $23.99. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, the Cape Crusader. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it, baby. Now, actually, what's really interesting about this story, guys, is that actually it was supposed to be a live-action movie. True story. This was supposed to be the Batman story that Darren Aronofsky was going to direct before he ended up bowing out and we got the Christopher Nolan movies. This is the story that he was going to tell. And so it's actually really fascinating that this was going to be the origin story that Aronofsky was going to go with. I actually think that that's really fascinating, man, and I would have loved to have seen that. Unfortunately, well, depending on your point of view, we got the Christopher Nolan ones. But, I mean, come on, a Batman movie directed by Aronofsky, that shit would have been interesting at the very least, man. I gotta admit, dude. But Batman has a very interesting and complicated origin story, doesn't it? Because it's kind of morphed and shifted over the years, right? It's always been obviously his parents getting murdered in the theater, but it's always usually been sometimes a different person doing the deed. Sometimes it was a Joker, sometimes it was somebody else, usually depending, but there's been some interesting takes on his story from time to time. But I also really appreciated, obviously, the story of Jim Gordon being told here as well. I really appreciate that, man, because he doesn't get nearly as much to chew on as good old Bruce Wayne. Yeah, he doesn't always get as much good material as good old Bats does. But I think he definitely deserves it. And this movie, this animated movie, shows how complex of a character Jim Gordon can be. And I know they dived into Jim Gordon a lot more in the Gotham TV show. I didn't really watch a lot of that, but I heard it was really fascinating, especially from that character point of view. But I'm always really interested in them expanding the Batman universe outside of Batman. Like they had that Alfred Pennyworth show. I heard that wasn't really all that good though anyways, but it's kind of interesting, and doing more stuff with Jim Gordon is fascinating to me as well. I mean, Batman is an interesting character regardless, but everybody around him I think is just as fascinating, whether it's Catwoman, whether it's Jim Gordon, whether it's Harvey Dent. I mean, all of these characters are so complex within themselves that you could make its own movie on them alone, which I definitely would be into, ain't gonna lie, man. But this is the Batman show, so we definitely gotta feature a lot of Batman love. But I really, really appreciate this story. I appreciate the origins of Batman and how they tell it from different points of view, whether you like Batman Year One or even Batman Begins. But even Batman Begins takes a lot from Batman Year One. I mean, if you really look at that live action movie, they definitely pull a lot of stuff from Year One. And I can definitely see the parallels. Nolan did his own thing, but I appreciate it. Or you could go down the route that they did in Tim Burton's Batman. There's a lot of different avenues to go down, man. But I love different filmmakers and different movies tackling the origin story in slightly different ways. And to think that, again, this was 2011, man. And the fact that it still holds up to this day and it's still a great Batman story we're telling, I mean, to me, that's awesome, dude. It really is. And I'm so glad that I finally got a chance to watch this. I mean, I'm a Batman lover. Certainly not as much as Superman, but Batman is somebody that has a complex history, is a complex character, is not wrapped up in a single sentence. You can't easily define him. And whether it's ones like Injustice that really go into his moral sensibility and how he sees the world and heroes' roles in it, to being somebody who's purely on a vengeance trip and learning how to be the Batman. There's so many complex ways to look at this character, and Batman Year One does it brilliantly. Truly, truly does, man. I mean, you do get a lot of special features here. You get conversations with DC Comics, commentary, Heart of Vengeance, DC Showcase short. Not bad. Some interesting stuff, man. Two men, one city, a collision course ahead. Ah, yes, man. The friendship begins, and it's lasted for many, many, many decades. Ah, a match made in heaven. Two crime fighters fighting bad guys the only way they know how. I love it, man. What a great goddamn movie, man. It's nice to see a little Batman love from 10 years ago getting the 4K upgrade love. And if you're a DC animated fan, if you're a Batman lover, this is worth every penny. Then they got the Blu-ray digital of Reminiscence for $23.99. Yes. Some Hugh Jackman memory time thriller neo-noir goodness, a whole bunch of genre mashups in one thrilling adventure. Ah, indeed. Don't look back. If only we would have heeded that warning. If only he would have, guys. Oh man, you know, it's kind of interesting because Reminiscence, I love the whole memory angle. I love the whole idea of going back inside your mind and seeing previous images and previous memories and trying to piece all of it together to solve a mystery. But it's not exactly the first time that this has ever been attempted. There's been other movies like this, like for instance Strange Days. Do you remember Strange Days from 1995? Yes. Man, that was some good shit, dude. That's great. That dealt with retrieving people's memories. That definitely had a sci-fi bend to it. That was interesting. Of course, there was Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves. Man, do I love Johnny Mnemonic. Somebody who has these memories in his brain and has to get them out by a certain time period. Love that shit. Great, man. Ah, dude, nobody remembers Johnny Mnemonic as much as they should, man. That shit is gold. That is great, dude. And there's many more like it out there. I mean, even drama, comedies, heartfelt stuff like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Dealing with memories, dealing with getting rid of memories and removing those pieces from your life. Or Memento, where you're literally remembering things in this jumbled order and trying to figure out this mystery of who killed your wife and how did everything happen the way it did. Very scatterbrain type of movie, but so amazing. Love that shit. Minority Report. Minority Report's another one that's just equally as good. The idea of knowing what the crime is going to be before it ever happens, seeing the memory before it's even developed. What a very fascinating concept of a movie. What a great action thriller type of adventure movie that is. Tom Cruise is amazing in that film. And there's so many more that are like it. You could name even Total Recall. The idea of getting your memories back and who you are. Fascinating shit, dude. Really amazing stuff, man. So Reminiscence is a long line of very interesting memory loss, retrieving memories type of genre. It's not the first one, nor will it ever be the last one. It's just an interesting concept that if you can do it in an interesting way, it turns out to be refreshing and fascinating, and you look at the concept in a slightly different point of view, which I appreciate. I mean, even movies like Inception, which is fantastic, shaping people's memories and thoughts and replacing them and possibly reshaping how they see the world through the memories that you end up influencing. Such an amazing idea that filmmakers have gone out of their way to really use it to their advantage. And this is another one of those, man. Again, it's not perfect of a movie. It's got some faults to it. Again, it can be a little bit predictable at times. It doesn't explain everything in the most perfect way possible. There's a lot of convenience, but that being said, I still think it's a good one. Not as good as some of the ones I mentioned, but I like them taking that approach of a noir, the style of that, and turning it into this sci-fi memory type of movie, which I thought worked kind of brilliantly. Not perfect, but A for effort. I appreciate the effort. Sometimes the effort is not always well done and well executed, but this time around, I actually think it is. You do get a lot of interesting special features. You get a ton of featurettes, man. Look behind the scenes, building a flooded city, an exploration of memories, music video. I mean, you got a lot of good stuff here, man. Not bad at all, man. Again, this is a good yarn, dude, but it's kind of fascinating to realize how much type of movies are within sort of the retrieving memory genre. It's so weird, isn't it, man? I mean, even something like Vanilla Sky is another one that's like that, dude. There's so many fascinating movies within it, and so many movies that have taken the idea and spun it in their own unique way and add reminiscence to that. Interesting, not perfect, but one definitely worth exploring. Oh, just give me a little respect now, just a little bit, yeah, baby, just let me come on. I had to do it one more time, guys. Seriously, the Blu-ray DVD digital of R.E.S.P.E.C.T for $23.99. Oh yes, her voice changed everything. Indeed, it did, man. Oh man. Musical biopics, man, oh man, they are quite plentiful, aren't they? There has been a lot of them over the years, quite a few, dare I say, man. The Buddy Holly story, La Bamba, Bohemian Rhapsody, Ray, Walk the Line, Behind the Candelabra, Beyond the Sea, like, oh, Miner's Daughter. Like, there is so many out there that has been explored over the years of musical biopics, man. So many of them. And most of them are really great. I mean, Rocket Man as well, which had a very unique and interesting take on doing a musical biopic. I mean, you can do them very standard, or you can do them in a unique way. It's still a great highlight for the artist and their life and their achievements and their struggles. It's really incredibly fascinating, man. It truly is. And this is another one of those. Again, the problem with a lot of these biopics is they are very formulaic, and you don't get to explore their life the way that you normally would want to. I mean, I remember a lot of people complaining about Bohemian Rhapsody. The fact that they didn't really go into the AIDS stuff as much as they should have, and there was a lot of things that they skipped by with the band. And unfortunately, when you have a 2-hour movie, 2.5-hour movie, you can jam pack in a lot of story, but you're gonna leave something out. It's just the probability of it. You're gonna do it, man. And this one does the same thing. I mean, they hint at abuse, they hint at a lot of other things that have happened in her life that they just kind of skimmed over. They show it, and then they kind of move on because there's so much more story to tell that they can't dwell on it too much. And there's many biopics that are like that, man. That really is. It's unfortunate, but sometimes as a filmmaker, you have to cherry pick the best ideas and the best moments and go with that and try to make that the best you can possibly make it. Never perfect, but usually there's a nice balance to it. And this one does that really well. I mean, truly. I don't think it's the most perfect musical biopic of all time. One of my favorites, is The Doors. I love The Doors, man. I think that is brilliant. I love that. I think Val Kilmer killed it as Jim Morrison. I thought he was freaking brilliant. As far as what other biopics I'd like to see in the future, I'd like to see a Nirvana biopic. I'd love to see that. I think that would be great. I'd love to see a Stone Temple Pilots biopic. I'm a huge fan of Stone Temple Pilots. I'd love to see so many ones out there of so many artists that have not gotten recognized. I would love to see one on Prince, and I'd love to see one on Michael Jackson. I mean, there's so many out there that you can possibly do, and these are popular. Musical biopics sell. If you put the right actors in them, if you do the right story, they're gonna sell well. And this one did the same, man. And that's why musical biopics are here to stay. They're just that damn entertaining, and they're just great explorations of the artist's life. And, you know, if you look for a Cliff Notes version, this is one of the best ones to do it. Musical biopics are for those, man. And they're a great way to learn about the artist, yet a great way to also want to dive into more of their work. And I think that it's really great to showcase artists in this way. Maybe bring them to a new audience that they haven't been explored before. I think that's brilliant, and I think it's amazing. And let's hope in the future that they do a hell of a lot more like this. Hell, you could even do more on Aretha Franklin. You could do a whole other movie on her life and her issues and her struggles and her demons. You could do that, man. It's well worth it. Hell, I'd watch it. I really would, man. This was a very thorough film. It was one that was expertly directed, expertly acted, and it's a movie that I think any fan of Aretha Franklin would be proud to watch and proud to own. Put it that way, man. Absolutely. 100%, man. I mean, you do get the making of Respect, a couple of featurettes as well, capturing a legacy, becoming Aretha, and actually Jennifer Hudson was Aretha Franklin's pick to play her in the biopic. She actually handpicked her to be Aretha Franklin. So she is the one that was handpicked by the woman herself, and dare I say, she did the woman proud. She definitely did, man. Well worth diving into. Actually, many biopics are well worth diving into, and this one included. I'm still seeing they have some 4K love left of Hacksaw Ridge, which is kind of wild to me because I thought they'd sell out of this, man. I mean, it's a great war movie, great World War II movie, really fantastic. And for $19.99, that's one hell of a deal, man. Kind of shocking that this is still here. For a Best Buy Steelbook, I thought this would be gone, man, but it's still here, dude. So if you haven't picked it up yet, definitely do that. They've got that. They've got some more Injustice Steely love as well for the Best Buy exclusive. Not bad. And one hell of a DC animated movie, man. This flick is the tits, dude. It's great. I love Injustice, man. Fantastic. So they got some more Steel love there, but that's not it, man. I mean, they got two of the normal Steel books that we've seen time and time again, but they got more, dude. Like Snake Eyes, baby. Holy shit. Yes, they finally have the Snake Eyes exclusive Steelbook love. Damn. This sold out immediately the week that this came out, man. Immediately. And I don't really know why. The movie ain't that great, guys, but whatever. It was an exclusive Steelbook. People wanted the shit. I get it. And honestly, the artwork is much cooler than the regular release. So I get it, man. It is pretty damn cool. Movie ain't all that hot, but the Steelbook definitely is. I'm definitely digging that. That's cool that they have that. Oh, but that ain't all, guys. Oh, there's so much more, like the Godzilla v Kong Steelbook. Yes, look at that. That is fucking kick-ass, man. Godzilla and Kong fighting. I love that shit. Who will win? This is a really cool Steelbook. I can see why this sold out for so long, dude. I can see, because it is sweet. It is a goddamn sweet Steelbook, dude. It looks fucking amazing. In person, oh, that shit is great. That is cool, dude. They got that. Oh, but they've also got the Mortal Kombat Steelbook, too. Damn, this is another one that sold out immediately, man. Like, I remember that week, like, nobody could find this shit, dude. It was flying off the shelves, man. Pretty good looking Steelbook, though. That's a pretty good looking one, man. Again, movie not as good as the original, but pretty sweet though regardless, man. I do like the design of that. Nice, not bad. But the granddaddy of them all, they got Injustice League. Oh, the 4K. Oh, look at this. so sweet. Oh man. Yeah, now if you compare it to the actual Justice League regular release they have here, I got to admit that this looks pretty damn cool. I do like this cover though. I think this cover is really nice, but this one looks pretty damn good too. I like that with sort of the hands there and they're reaching to the sky. That is cool, dude. I could see why this sold out in a big bad way, man. I still really do love the movie. I mean, it's 4 hours long. It's definitely a haul to watch, but I think it's one of the best DCEU films out there, man. And Zack Snyder needs to be praised. Look, I criticize Zack Snyder when I need to, but I'm also going to praise the guy, too, when he does something right. And this was way, way better than that other Justice League movie. Come on, man. Way fucking better, dude. And the Steely, this has been sought after for a while, man. So go into the Best Buys here, man, because they might have some copies of Justice League. And you might want to grab that shit. Just saying, man. Look at all this. 'Tis the season for steely love. Fa la 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 la, fa la la la. Wow. Out of print Steelbook Love back. And a lot of stocking up for all that holiday season Steelbook Love. So good, man. Look at that. So cool indeed. Loving it, baby. That is nice. Was not expecting this, man. Pretty damn sweet. On the other side, not quite as plentiful, guys, but still a couple things worth noting. I mean, they finally have in Pig. I mean, geez, it only took them about a week to finally get the damn thing in, but they finally got it, man. What a great movie. Great performance by Nicolas Cage. Not exactly what you're expecting. I think people expect this big action spectacle movie, like crazy, wild Nicolas Cage in the vein of John Wick, but not really. Much more dramatic, much more of a introspective movie than anything else, but a really great dramatic film that really showcases Nicolas Cage in a really great acting way. I love this movie. Really, really well done, man. I mean, they have that, but surprise, surprise, they have... Hello, Clarice. They have the 4K Blu-ray of Silence of the Lambs, man, from Kino Lorber. Holy shit. I was not expecting this. Whoa, that is fucking awesome, man. That is a great price, dude. Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, Scott Glenn, Jonathan Demme directing. What a goddamn classic this movie is, man. I love Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal, man. He is so great as Lecter. He's so psychologically demented and so evil and twisted, but yet kind of charming. Like, you kind of like him and you want to have a conversation with him, but you wouldn't want to have him over for dinner. You really wouldn't. And Jodie Foster is so good here as sort of this young up-and-coming agent and how he's manipulating her. Man, and Buffalo Bill. Come on. It puts the lotion in the basket. Oh, so good. Holy shit. Oh, dude, this is awesome, man. Every now and again, Best Buy gets in some Kino Lorber love. This is awesome, dude. Definitely check your Best Buys. This could be there, man. That is sweet shit. Oh, that is so sweet, baby. Pretty damn good. Ain't gonna lie, man. Nice. Oh, that's so cool. Dude, they got a lot of surprises here. Things I definitely was not expecting. More Steelbook love of Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife. The other Steelbook of the first film. Sicario. 3 from Hell. I mean, they got a lot of good stuff, man. They still got some Steelbook love for Old. They got a lot of Steelbook love, and they got a lot of releases to go around. You just gotta look, but they're there. Not bad. Let's see what else they got. And on the back side here, it seems like there isn't much physical media, but there is still stuff to show off. Just scattered a bit. I mean, they do have that Blu-ray of Old Henry for $14.99. Ah, yes, the Western where Trace Atkins tries to act. Yeah, yet again. Will we ever learn? They do have that. They also have the Blu-ray of The East for $12.99 from Magnet. That kind of looks interesting, ain't gonna lie. Post-World War II flick about Indonesia. Interesting. Might be kind of cool. I mean, they have that. They also have the Blu-ray of 4 Good Days for $12.99. Ah, yes. Mila Kunis doing her best Oscar bait acting, which, again, I've heard amazing things about, and rightfully so. I got to admit, As I said earlier, Mila Kunis for me is hit and miss. I was never really a big fan of that '70s show. I know, blasphemous, right? I have a lot of friends who love that '70s show, man. And when I say I'm not into it, people get pissed off at me, man. Very, very pissed. But I do tend to like her. I mean, I loved her in Black Swan, and I thought she was good in Ted. I mean, for every Black Swan, there's like a Jupiter Ascending. Yeah. Yeah, there's some of those flicks, man. But again, I like that sort of spy spoof movie she did. It wasn't terrible, it was alright. Like I said, she's a good actress when she really wants to be, at times. Put it that way, man. I mean, lest we forget, and you gotta remember this, guys, she was in the Piranha TV movie. She was in Santa with Muscles with Hogan. Ah, yes, forgot about that one. Oh, yeah, she was in that one. And Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Yes, one of the many Honey, We Shrank whatever movies. Oh, yes. A lot of people forget those early movies that she was in. But I don't forget that shit. I definitely don't, man. But she can be a really good actress depending. And this one I heard, again, amazing things. Glenn Close is always amazing as an actress. So when you're going up against Glenn Close as an actress, you definitely got to bring your A game, and I think Mila Kunis definitely did. Then again, almost anything is better than Jupiter Ascending. Seriously, she fell for Channing Tatum that looked like a dog. We all make mistakes. Lest we forget, they also have the Blu-ray digital of the complete 6th season of DC Legends of Tomorrow for $22.99. Very nice. Yes, one of the other releases that came out this week, Saving Humanity Takes Teamwork. No shit. I actually like the cover to that, man. That's really cool, clever. Almost looks like VHS style tape there. That's awesome, actually. Cool, very retro. I'm liking that shit. Nice. Season 6 brings Legends their most bizarre challenge yet. After a decadent night celebrating their victory over the Faith, they discover that Sarah Lance has been abducted by aliens. Oh, no. Desperate to find her, Ava Sharp sends Mickey Rory and Bahar Tarazi to recruit a new legend, a gun-toting Texan with special powers named Esperanza Spooner Cruz. I wonder, does she like the spoon? Huh? I know it's so terrible, guys. Elsewhere, Gary Green has been keeping a secret. Nate Haywood and Zari Tarazi must work together to avert a nuclear disaster, and an argument between John Constantine and Astrologue leads to unforeseen consequences. They cross paths with David Bowie, Spartacus, Amelia Earhart, Fidel Castro, and John F. Kennedy. What the fuck? Seriously? Holy shit, man. Damn. Look, I have never seen really any episodes of DC Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe some snippets here, some snippets there, but nothing really full and concrete. I've always heard out of all of the CW shows that this was definitely the most quirky of them all, the most oddball of the superhero CW shows. But that it's really fun, extremely entertaining with quirky characters, very interesting plots, and some wild moments. I've heard that, man. And it just gets more wackier and crazier every single goddamn season. And I've heard really good things about it, man. I've never really dived into it because the CW has never really been my thing. But now with like other shows like that Superman show that's come out, and I kind of want to revisit Supergirl, I think I might want to revisit this. I like weird offbeat superhero stuff. And there's some really great comic book characters that are not as well known but are just as interesting and fascinating, and some of these ones seem to be those type of characters, almost like the Guardians of the Galaxy of like the DC world, right? Kind of, sort of, maybe. Yeah, it's something I definitely want to dive into at some point. You guys gotta let me know how good this is. Good, bad, ugly, weird, crazy. You know the kind of shit I get into, guys. Huh, interesting indeed. Something I definitely might dive into at some point, if it's worth it. Definitely let me know. In this small section over here, they do have a little bit of Christmas love. Very interesting titles that I'm finding over here, guys. Very interesting. They do have Santa buddies, they're on their way to your heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to give Disney any ideas. They're gonna steal my shit, damn it. Oh my god. Really? They made this? Well, it's dogs. It's cute dogs. Everybody is a sucker for it, especially on Christmas. Fair enough. Oh man, they got that. They also have The Night Before. Oh man. What an interesting movie, man. Three best friends, one epic party. Nice. I gotta admit, not the hugest fan of The Night Before. It's not terrible. It's actually really fun, but I never really thought it was as entertaining or as good as everyone else said it was. I mean, it's got some great moments to it, but not exactly the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life, especially when it comes to Christmas films. So, maybe I don't know. Some people really love it. Me, and however, it's a very Muppet Christmas movie is totally my jam, man. God, I love the Muppets. Almost anything Muppets, I fucking dig, dude. I used to watch the old Muppet Show back in the day. That was some good shit, dude. That was some really great stuff, man. You gotta love anything Muppets. Just seriously, man. It's just so damn good, and they're so entertaining. I'm still waiting for that Muppet Hanukkah movie. And I'm waiting. I think I'm gonna wait a while, guys. I think I'm gonna wait a long fucking while, man. Guess I'll take that one. I mean, they do have Office Christmas Party, which Office Christmas Party to me is around the same as sort of The Night Before. I like it, but I don't really love it. It's a wild, crazy movie with a lot of crazy hijinks and shit, but didn't quite do it for me. There's moments I like in it, but I didn't quite love it. I know it's something everybody fucking loves, though. I get it. Trust me, I do, man. I mean, they have that. Muppets Christmas Carol, which is awesome. Bad Moms Christmas, which, okay. I mean, they do have the Scream Factory Black Christmas release, a collector's edition. However, no slip, though. But this is a great horror film and a great Christmas classic. The same guy who directed A Christmas Story directed Black Christmas. That guy, he has all kinds of issues, man. He has a good side and a quite naughty side indeed, man. But what a great goddamn movie, man. And it's just chilling with the phone calls and the kills and the ending with like the girl still up in the attic. Creepy, very creepy. Love the shit out of that, man. So good. They have that. Of course, they also have the shitty remake of Black Christmas. Ugh. If we could only burn every goddamn copy of this. Actually, this year, it's going to be the new Cole. Put this in somebody's stocking if they're naughty. They'll definitely deserve it. And oh my god, they have Jack Frost. The DVD. Oh my, seriously. Whoa. Man, every single year, some motherfucker's got to have Jack Frost, man. He's the world's coolest dad. And he's going to prove it. Oh, man. Damn, dude. This is so fucking cheesy of a movie. Oh, fuck, man. This really is. I do kind of have a small soft spot for this because it is kind of heartwarming. And Michael Keaton's, soul turns into like this snowman and he reconnects with his son and everything. There's something kind of cool and heartfelt about it. Yeah, it's really cheesy, and the effects of the snowman are so obviously like styrofoam and plastic. But I don't know, there's some weird charm to it that I really appreciate, man. Oh, dude. God, Kelly Preston was so good in here. Michael Keaton, very small role he has in here, but he pulls it off, man. I know a lot of people either pick this movie or pick the horror film Jack Frost. I'm picking the horror flick, but if you want like a charming, like live action snowman movie, this might be your best bet. Ain't gonna lie, dude. oh, I can't say it's a Christmas classic, but well, it's something. And a very Harold Kumar Christmas. Yes. Oh, dude, I love the Harold and Kumar movies, man. I am such a fan of those movies, man. The White Castle, Escape from Guantanamo Bay, this one. Oh, this is so fun, dude. I love these movies. I really wish they would have done more Harold and Kumar movies. I really do, because that shit was so fun. It was so fantastic. I love the chemistry between them. Neil Patrick Harris is so wild and crazy, ridiculous. So mean-spirited. You've never seen anything like it before, man. So good. This is funny as fuck, man. It's great. I love this, dude. This is definitely one that, again, not a Christmas classic, but it's one of those off-kilter Christmas movies that you just really have to appreciate, man. I love this shit. Holy shit. Seriously? Look at this, guys. The Blu-ray of Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas Special for $11.99. I don't think I've ever seen this anywhere before. Or if I have, god damn, it's been years. Whoa. I forgot that Pee Wee Herman put out a fucking Christmas special. I so forgot that shit. Oh my god. Yo, during the whole Playhouse going for one of the wackiest specials ever. When it aired from 1986 to 1991, Pee Wee gets in the spirit of the season while singing, dancing, and other holiday fun with his Playhouse pals and celebrity guests. Jesus Christ, how many fucking guests they have? Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Whoopi Goldberg, Magic Johnson, Grace Jones. Holy fuck. Man, Grace Jones and Pee Wee Herman on the same screen together? Man, that shit's wild, dude. Katie Lang, Little Richard, Joan Rivers, Oprah Winfrey. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever seen this one before. Seriously, I used to love Pee-wee's Playhouse years and years and years back, man. I love the movies, but I don't think I ever dived into any Christmas specials with Pee Wee Herman. I never did, I don't think. This is some wild shit. This is crazy. Damn. Man, I never thought that I would see a Pee Wee Christmas special that fucking had Grace Jones and Zsa Zsa Gabor together in it. Man, that shit is crazy. Oh my god. How is this? This has got to be wacky. This has got to be so fucking weird, man. I gotta tell you, I love Pee Wee. I've always loved Pee Wee. Paul Reubens kills it as that character. But man, he did some odd shit back in the day, dude. I mean, man, you could probably smoke some weed, get incredibly high, man, and have one hell of a trip watching Pee Wee's Playhouse, dude. Damn. Yo. $11.99 is a great deal, especially for a Blu-ray that I don't think I've seen anywhere for like a long ass time, dude. Holy shit. Oh man, that is wild. Yo. Damn, dude. That is weird as shit. You guys are gonna have to let me know how this is, man. I mean, I guess I'd say I'd wait for a Pee-wee's Hanukkah special, but if it's anything as weird as the Christmas special, shit, just leave Hanukkah alone, motherfucker. Oh my god. Man, dude, this is old school. Oh, and it comes from Shout, too. Fuck. Frankie Avalon and Ed Funicello. Damn. Dude, I don't know how much they paid those motherfuckers, but hopefully it was worth it. Shit. This is some wild and crazy shit, man. Pee-wee's Playhouse. Damn, Christmas special. Man, you don't see this anywhere. Let's be real, man. How many places do you see this shit? Oh, man, that is some crazy stuff, man. Some very interesting Christmas releases over here. Stuff that you haven't seen anywhere else. That's for damn sure, man. Very interesting. And very interesting physical media week here at the Beast. Not amazing, but definitely well worth it. Let's head out. Not bad, Best Buy. Not bad at all. Not bad. Actually, truthfully, I thought it was maybe going to be a little lighter this week, considering that we're so close towards the Black Friday, and even though there's certain movies that are definitely coming out, you know how Best Buy rolls, guys. You know that. But we saw a lot of exclusive Steelbook love that I've been dying to see for a long time, new release love, and a couple of indies in between. Not bad this week, not bad. Not everything, but I'm definitely a happy physical media boy, that is for sure. I'm definitely digging it this week over at the good old Beast. And the Beast, as I said, is stocking up for Black Friday. Look, TVs. Oh my god. And even more TVs. Literally, they're literally blocking the section now. Continuing to do that, getting in more stock of electronics, and oh yeah, you know how Best Buy rolls, especially when it comes to Black Friday. And I talked to one of the employees who's been here like forever, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna sell all this shit. And I'm like, seriously? They're like, yeah, we're gonna sell it all, man. However, I did notice that they are starting to set up some of those Black Friday stands for the movie deals as well. So a lot of things are starting to roll, and they're getting the new release love as well. Oh, me likey indeed, guys. Indeed, I do. Not bad, dare I say, guys. I hope you agree. Getting ready for all that movie deal love very soon. Until then, how about we head home and finish the video? Alright, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. Pretty damn solid overall, man. It was kind of just completely weird, and I felt almost like I was in some sort of alternate weird Twilight Zone that I haven't been in a long time, because I'm like, wow, the first Walmart actually had the new shit. They actually had the new stuff this week. I'm like, oh, like, what the fuck? I'm like, what miracle happened, man? That, but then Target didn't have a lot of the new releases this week. That was what was so weird about it. I'm like, I almost felt like I had transported myself like 2 or 3 years ago. It was nuts, man. I mean, they still had a few things to show off, but not like as huge abundant as I thought they'd have. I mean, first Walmart delivered, Target not so much. Second Walmart had a little bit of stuff, and even Best Buy, not crazy amazing, but damn, they had a lot of really great stuff to show off though. So this week was a little bit of a bounce back from the previous week, kind of unexpectedly so, not gonna lie, man. It was kind of wild and crazy, a bunch of cool stuff to show off. At the end of the day, I'm a happy man. That's why I always say you never really know what to expect with the out and abouts, because when I walk in, sometimes I'm just as surprised as you guys are at times, because seriously, one store is not as equal to the other. And this week, hell, any week tends to prove that. Proves it yet again. Oh man, but there is some great stuff out there worth checking out. You guys gotta let me know what you got. As far as I'm concerned, well, I didn't get a lot this week, guys, to be fair. I only got 2 things in the mail, both from Orbit DVD. And the first title that I got is none other than What Lies Beneath. Oh, yes, with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer, man. Yes, coming out from Paramount. I am loving, by the way, these Paramount releases. Man, I just love that they're going deep into the catalog and they're putting some of these things out on Blu-ray. Finally, they really deserve it, man. Thank the Lord they are continuing to put out stuff like this, man. Awesome. So glad to own this, man. I saw this in the movie theater with my mother. I really did. I saw it in the movie theater with my mom, and we enjoyed it, man. I mean, I love this idea of this happy couple played by Ford and Pfeiffer, and there's these secrets that are going on and revealing themselves, and while they're unraveling, the couple is unraveling, and mysteries are finally coming to the surface. Secrets are going to be exposed. Really great thriller, man. Love this movie so much. Actors do an amazing job, and directed by Robert Zemeckis. Robert Zemeckis kills it in this movie as a director. I thought he did a great job. You know, it's kind of weird because nobody really talks about this movie when it comes to Robert Zemeckis. Of course, they always talk about a lot of other stuff, Romancing the Stone, the Back to the Future trilogy, stuff like that. But a lot of his smaller films, or ones that are not, you know, the big blockbusters, tend to get a little bit overshadowed and underappreciated. And What Lies Beneath is one of them. It's a good little solid thriller that if you like Robert Zemeckis, if you like these actors, you gotta give it a chance, because it is a good little yarn, definitely worth exploring. Huh, damn glad I finally got this in the collection, man. Not bad at all. Little thriller love, definitely dig it. But the next thing I got, oh, this is really cool, guys. I have been wanting this for a long time, and when Warner Archives announced it, oh, I was gonna get this shit. I was indeed. I finally got Night Shift. Oh, yeah.
Night Shift, man. Oh my God. Henry Winkler, Michael Keaton. Oh my God, dude. This movie I love. I have loved for years. Okay, this is one of those movies that my mother and father, they taped on VHS during the VHS days. They taped it and I would watch it ad nauseum, just rewinding that shit over and over again, man. I love this movie. I mean, basically, is that Henry Winkler gets this job as a morgue attendant along with Michael Keaton. And basically, he's just a very straight laced guy, a little mundane. He's kind of a loserish guy. And Michael Keaton is sort of using this morgue as like his own personal like party place. And eventually sort of roping Henry Winkler into it, and they start to have this crazy wild fun together and start to like run this prostitute ring outside of the morgue. It's fucking wild, man. But I've always loved it. I love the actors here. Shelley Long is great in here as well, man. I've always really dug this movie so much, man. Directed by Ron Howard. This is another one, man. A lot of people don't remember that this was directed by him. And he's done so many great, wonderful movies that I think a lot of people tend to forget this movie, man. But they shouldn't, because, God, it's so damn good, dude. It's just really fun, incredibly entertaining, great performances. Michael Keaton is such a entertaining and funny as hell guy. And I love this movie. I've always loved so much of what Michael Keaton does as an actor. But it's kind of funny because this was one of the first movies that I watched Michael Keaton in. And it was kind of weird because a lot of people are like, oh, hey, that's Batman, or oh, hey, Beetlejuice. And I'm like, no, Night Shift. Like, this is the thing, man. Michael Keaton is the tits in Night Shift, dude. And everybody is. It's just a great, sharply comedic film that I think hits on all cylinders and just really fun, incredibly entertaining. And I'm so glad that it finally found a home on physical media. I'm so glad that Warner Archives released this, because this one is one that I remember way old school VHS days, and it's nice to finally have in the collection on Blu-ray. And that artwork, come on, that artwork is awesome. Ah, so good. I love it so much. Sometimes Warner Archives is doing the Lord's work. Indeed it is, and this time they definitely did. Oh, indeed so, man. Not a lot this week, only a couple, but two titles that are definitely well worth the collection. And before I let you guys go, I gotta talk about this one. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the internet movie culture, if you have been keeping up with it, there was recently a couple of pictures that supposedly came from Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay? It came from there, and they're very spoilery pictures. Basically, they reveal stuff that, yes, maybe we thought would happen anyways, but they were only rumors. Those pictures confirm it. Now, whether they're real or not, that's a whole nother issue. But the fact that they're out there in the world now, the fact that they're out there for the viewing public, is a problem. Now, did the studio leak it? Did, some executive just accidentally in some, producer meeting or whatever high executive thing, unfortunately just put it out there, unknowingly? No, that didn't happen. A certain movie critic YouTuber ended up releasing it. Certain movie critic YouTuber called John Campea. Yes, John Campea strikes again. Now, here's the deal, okay? When I first heard about this, I had gotten a lot of people saying to me, friends and other people, like, hey, this could be fake. It could technically not be real. Potentially. Couldn't be real, right? And, well, well, this little image here or that there, it looks a little fakeish here. I don't know. Let's assume for a second. Let's all assume, let's all put it out there that it's real. Okay, it may be fake, but let's assume, for the sake of argument here, that it's real. Okay, this is a huge, and I mean huge, no no. Huge. And I am furious about this. I am so angry about this, guys. Seriously. What gives John Campea the right to spoil this? I mean, seriously. Even though he's come out and said, well, I didn't know if they were real or not. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you even put it on your YouTube channel if you had an inkling that they were fake? Why would you mislead the public like that? You had to have known, even if it was a little bit, that this was real. And you put it out there because you knew that it was somewhat authentic, and you knew you would get the clicks for it, you knew you would get the hits, and you knew that people were going to come and flock and look at those images, and you would be making bank off of it. You knew that. Don't tell me for a single goddamn second you didn't know that, man. And this is a slap in the face to the Marvel fans, to the Spider-Man fans, everybody who wants to go into the movie fresh with a genuine reaction and an experience. He fucked those people over. He truly fucked them over, man. And why? Why did he do it? Well, he do it because he could do it. Because he's this big shit cheese that he just thinks, well, I'm John Campea, and somebody gives me the images, and I have a right to post them. Man, fuck you. You don't have a right to post that shit. You don't, and that pisses me off, man. It really pisses me off, dude. And this whole internet culture of spoiling shit and clickbait is just pissing me off in general, man. It really is. Now, back when I was younger, right, in my much younger days, I was always looking for spoilers. I was always looking for extra stuff on the internet and the forums and wanting to find out stuff about my favorite TV shows or movies I was going to watch, you name it. And at a certain point, I started to ask myself, why am I doing this? Because I'm going into watching an episode of a TV show or a movie and I already know what's going to happen. I'm already expecting, A, B, C, X, Y, and Z. I'm already expecting all that stuff. So I'm not getting any enjoyment out of it. It's just a regular reaction. I could have a much more better experience if I don't spoil myself. So I just stopped. And nowadays, it is so difficult to avoid all of this stuff, man. Spoilers. I mean, literally, my girlfriend and I watched the Great British Baking Show, okay? We watched that stuff, all right? I can't even go on Google or anything the next day where the episode originally airs because we watch it a few days afterwards because it's all like, oh, Great British Baking Show and oh, this next contestant got taken off. And I'm like, not everybody watches it the first fucking night. And even baking shows, are immune from being spoiled. That's fucking nuts, man. We just have a culture of spoiling shit. And why? I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand it. And it's not just John Campea, but he is part of the problem, man. And I think a lot of these people are the problem, where they pander to the studios and then they have these sources where they get imagery and certain, spoilery stuff from, and they put it on their channels, and it's all about clickbait and you clicking on it and everything, and they get the hits, and they remain popular, so the studios still want to work with them, and so it's just a problem. It's a major, major problem, man. And a lot of these people out there, I'm sick of the privilege of it all. I'm sick of these people getting carte blanche, where studios give them crazy, amounts of movie premieres and swag and, all kinds of access to this and access to that. And then these same people go out of their way to spoil the shit. Literally. And yet nothing happens to them. And maybe this time will be different. maybe it will, because I heard rumors of Disney talking to Campia and the representatives and basically saying, hey, look, we want you to give up your source. And if you do, hey, we'll end up, still giving you access and everything. And Campia wouldn't do it. He wouldn't give up his source because, I don't want to give up my source at Disney because, I still want to get that clickbait. And so I've heard that they're going to blacklist him. And I hope that's true because if I was Disney, not only would I blacklist him and never give him access to anything ever again, but I would also go to all the other studios. I'd go to Universal, I'd go to Warner Brothers, I'd go to Paramount, Lionsgate, you name it, I'd go to all of them, and I would say never give this guy any access to anything ever again. Ever. He doesn't deserve it. And we need to make an example out of people like this guy. We need to make an example out of him, and we need to say this isn't right, it's wrong, and he's screwing over us, and enough is enough. We need to do that because I'm so sick of this culture of clickbait videos and people getting access and just still screwing people over because they just want to get the clickbait and everything. And they don't care about the movies. They don't care about the fans. They just care about their own pockets. That's what they care about, man. I mean, literally, I recently watched a video where one guy was talking about this situation and he says, yes, I go to movies for free. And when that stops, well, it's been fun. I'm out. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. So you don't even care about going to see the movies. You just care about the free shit. You care about getting the free tickets and getting all the free stuff. And when that dries up, you're out. So you never cared about the movies in the first place. You don't give a shit. And that really burns me, man. That really upsets me because these people, they may say they're movie lovers. They may say they're movie fans. But that is so farther from the truth than you could possibly imagine, man. I mean, seriously, these people are not doing it for the love of movies. They're doing it for all the free access and all the insider information, and that's what they do it for. And that really pisses me off. As somebody who loves movies to my core, has grown up around it, has made lifelong friends because of it, and to see these people manipulate their audience to say that they're fans, get all this free stuff, spoil so much about certain movies, and then just walk away scot-free. It upsets me to no end. It really does. There are good people out there who truly love movies that don't nearly get as much love as these guys do, and these guys don't even deserve it. That's what pisses me off, man. It really does. And look, I've had my issues with John Campia. The fact that, again, he panders to certain studios and gives good reviews based on, who's getting what access to this and what access to that. And he's always up for, I want the latest spoilers. I want the latest rumors. I want, to put my reviews out first and put it out there to the crowd and everything. And the fact that he's come out and supported certain things based on his affiliation with certain studios, he's biased for the sake of being biased at times. Not all the time, but sometimes he is, man. And he's not the only one, right? He's not the only one, but he is one of the bigger ones. And I just feel like, when are we gonna learn? I mean, when are we truly gonna learn and wise up? Because yes, these people like Campia and all these other people can post all this stuff and put the rumors out there and you name it and be part of this spoiler culture that I'm getting really sick and tired of. But they can put it out there, but they're not the ones that watch it. You are. I am. And various other people out there. And do you think they would still be making this content if they only got 10 views on that video out of God knows thousands and thousands of subscribers that they have? Do you seriously think that would happen? Because I guarantee you it wouldn't. Okay, I guarantee you it would not. If all of these people out there in this culture only got like 10 views on a video talking about this spoiler shit, I guarantee you they would stop in a fucking heartbeat. But we allow them to do it. We continue to do this because we keep feeding the machine. And when are we going to stop doing that? When are we going to stop saying enough is enough and that is it? When are we going to do it, man? And I just don't understand. I mean, I just feel like at this point, the problem lies with the people who are doing it, but they're only continuing to do it because we allow them to do it. We give them a certain amount of freedom to say, you know what, we will watch your videos. We will give you all these views and all these clicks, and we will give you all of this stuff. And because the studios see how popular it is and how popular you are, then we're going to continue giving you access. So it's just a continual circle of shit and crap that continues to go over and over and over again. And when are we going to finally learn? When are we going to finally step up to the plate and say, this is it, this is done? Maybe now is the time. Maybe it is, because think about it. Like, walking into Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm going to enjoy the movie, right? I'm going to enjoy it regardless. And these pictures don't entirely spoil what my experience will be in the movie theater. But the fact that in my head I know what's there now. I know what's there. It's not that I'm playing a guessing game, it's that I know at this point. And that takes away some of the fun, that takes away some of the reveals. And people like John Campea and a lot of these other YouTube personalities out there, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves that they are continuing to do this. They are continuing to ruin movie experiences, spoil so much crap out there, and not even care that they've done it. Like, John Campea probably thinks, oh, I got a slap on the wrist and that's it. I'll be back in like 6 months or a year, and everybody will forget about this shit. And I don't want people to forget about this. I want people to be out there and be angered by this because I'm angered by it. And maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only person out here that is angered by this, and maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm overblowing this. It's possible, okay? Maybe I am. But I just feel like we as movie lovers out there, yes, I'm fine with the speculation. Yes, I'm fine with, hey, it could be this, it could be that. I'm cool with the fan theories. I'm cool with all this stuff. But sometimes it's a bridge too far. And this is one of those bridge too fars where it just went too damn far and it needs to stop. It really does, man. And it's finally time to say, I'm done. It's finally time to say enough is enough, and people like this need to recognize that doing this clickbait bullshit, this spoiler stuff, yes, you're going to put it up there because you're going to get the views on it, and you're going to be real popular because of it. You're going to trend, but is it really worth it when you're ruining the film experience for fellow movie lovers like yourself that you claim to be? I don't know, man. I'm just sick and tired of it. I really am. And I've been done with it for a really long time now. I'm over it. And it's just a shame that a lot of other people aren't. And a lot of other people are willing to give this a pass. And when is enough enough? As a movie lover, when are you finally gonna say, I'm done with this bullshit? Because if not enough of us are gonna do that, then this crap, these shenanigans, are gonna continue over and over and over again, and they're just not gonna stop. And at some point, you gotta take a stand. You just do. And if not now, when? I mean, let me know what you guys think about this. it gets me heated, it gets me upset, but that's because I'm such a fan of movies and cinema, and I'm a fan of preserving that experience for others. When people ruin it like this, it really gets me heated in a big bad way, guys. You gotta let me know, man. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos I do, movie reviews with my friends, movie hunting like Dollar Tree, Blu-ray pickup videos, live streams, and much more. If you are a lover of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my really great subscribers out there. You guys are amazing. Watch all the videos, give me great feedback, wonderful comments, and I really appreciate it. You give me the love, and hopefully I give the love right back to you. Definitely do that. Also, click that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I make a new video. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing. Plus, all the special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And if you want to send the movie channel any movie-related goodness, you can do that. The P.O. Box is in the description below. Movie posters, physical media, care packages, you name it. Anything you would like to send is more than welcome. It is not expected, but it is definitely appreciated, and you guys have gone out of your way to send me some really great stuff already, and I know you guys have been interested in sending me stuff in the past, and the P.O. Box is a great way to do it. So if you guys want to do that, definitely go ahead and do that. Very much appreciative. But I hope you enjoyed most of the video. Hope you enjoyed all the great stuff that I got to show you. And I guess it's on to next week for more out and about goodness. I will see you then. But in the meantime, take care and remember, happy hunting.